We're getting in. Zach's talking, so we're just gonna listen to him.
The official Dungeon Meshi board game on Tabletop Simulator, and we never actually got around to playing it. And so I re-downloaded it, went through all the rules yesterday, and I figured we could play like a round or two, probably maybe one. I don't exactly know how long this is gonna take. But
now,
yeah,
from your game design expertise, since you've read the rules, how many senshis would you rate this game on a scale of senshi to no senshis?
and the senshi, I would probably give it like 9/10 of a senshi. Like there's some stuff that I think is a little awkward because this is apparently just like a reskin of like a much older game, like a game that came out in like the 80s, like the late 80s. But at the same time, it's very charming, and I think that it's really cool. So, excuse me. First things first. So obviously, Adrian's I mean, your hand is over there, and you're gonna need your hand. Here, let me actually, Adrian. There's no way for you to move your art, right, Adrian?
No.
Because unfortunately, I do. I kind of need to. I need to. You know what? I'll move it like here. I think that'll work.
Adrian is killing you.
Is that me? That is me. I don't have a goatee anymore. My hair is way longer than that.
So.
Why'd you draw me like a fucking Homer
Zach
Simpson?
always has a mustache / beard.
You.
Please tell me he's. Well, he wouldn't eat a humanoid. Isn't that what he said?
No, but he's killing you.
Why? What did I do?
You're evil.
That's true. You're evil.
What are you talking about?
Anyway,
oh my goodness. All right.
Done with that.
So we're gonna do a little bit of setup, and then I'm gonna kind of go over the basic rules. A lot of this is going to not exactly be trial and error per se, but it's going to be it's kind of like a lot of the board games that I've introduced you guys to over the years, where it's like at first it feels like a lot of stuff, but then you get into the groove of it and it's super easy. So excuse me, I'm going to hold on to the rule book just because I'm probably going to have to be referring to it a couple times because there's a couple rules that I don't quite remember off the top of my head. But first things first, we have a D6. I'm going to roll to see who goes first. Gameplay is clockwise. So the way this is going to work is that I'm going to roll D6. I'll be 1, 2, Adrian will be 3, 4, and Saba will be 5, 6. Whoever goes first picks last for their party that they're going to be playing with.
And I'll roll a dice to see how many stab 6 lies to kill you.
Nice.
Stop murdering me. All right, 2. So I will go first, meaning that I pick last. So that means Saba picks first.
And so Saba. Times.
All right, what am I looking at?
Hey, I'm kind of happy that it took 4 stabs. Like, I have a lot of health.
You lost all your vital organs.
Saba, far on the far end over here. These decks, some of them have more cards than others, but that's like intentional. That's like balanced, hypothetically. Obviously, you're not super familiar with Dungeon Meshi, so like the characters themselves might not necessarily be interesting to you. But if you want to just pick them based on your art, all 5 of these like parties are supposed to be balanced. So you can just right click and then search if you want, just to see like the individual arts, and you could just pick whoever you want.
You've got white guys, Asians, not a party that's mostly white, but not led by.
This is the standard looking dude.
And then you've got shorties plus some other dudes, and then elves.
You got shorties. What are you talking? I don't like. Are you talking about fucking? Are you talking about Tansu's team? Tansu's
the
team
majority of their team is short.
Are you talking about
that one?
Actually, I guess it is. Oh yeah, they are both gnomes. I totally forgot about that because I was obviously thinking of Kaka and Kiki, obviously being the 2 tall men. But anywho,
no, do not press that. Okay, I think for
like I said, you
reasons I'm not gonna click that one. I'm not gonna choose that one. I feel like y'all probably want that a little more than me.
I have 2 that I'm hoping.
I can't search this one.
I have 2 that I'm hoping for. Sorry.
I don't think I can't search that one for some reason.
Oh, she's not her own. There's a thing where Fallen only gets added if you're doing the draft version,
I'll
where
take the
instead of
basic
picking
team.
the canonical party, you're just drafting.
The base team.
You want the basic team?
Yeah, I want the base team.
Sure, take it. All right, Adrian, it's you. They do not go into your hand. They go out in front of you. You can lay out the individual characters in front of you.
Okay, wait. Before you choose, wait. I need to look to make sure I'm like, oh, this is what I expected y'all to take. Okay, now go. Now do it.
All right, I
Excuse
will
you?
represent the Asians.
Okay, understood.
Funny enough, I was going to take Cabrus. That was my second
Oh, okay.
So you're playing as the least successful party.
pick. I'm playing as the party that has Cabru, and that's all I care about.
I guess that's fair.
All right. So the way that this game, wow, I have a big party. I forgot about that.
And yet, still
all right.
Anyway,
That is true. They do get their ass kicked pretty
I
succinctly.
just like Senshi. Senshi's pretty fun.
For reasons that I'll explain in a moment, Saba might have actually picked like the best party, and I'll explain why in a minute. So, the way that this game works, let me shuffle this real quick. The way that this game works is that you can see in front of you, I gave you like a big ass card that shows you what the turn flow is going to be. Excuse me. So, you can do one of two things on your turn as like your actual choice. You can battle or you can resupply. Oh, I forgot about this. Sorry, we got to do this first. In the lower right-hand corner of each of your cards, you will have a list of food and gold tokens and magic tokens. Food and gold gets added to a just collective like pool that you have as a party, but then magic tokens specifically go on the card. So, for example, for Cabru, I have 1 food, 1 gold. So I'm going to take 1 gold and 1 food.
These bottom left. Okay.
Bottom left, correct. She has 3 magic. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 like that. And then she has 1 food, 1 gold. Okay.
Take
you have 2
1.
magic.
I take 1 and I take 3 of this.
2 magic. 1.
There we go.
2. Does this guy have recovery magic? Hey, he does. That's awesome.
Does it tell me how many is in a stack? If yes, okay, good. So that's how I know I didn't accidentally.
Right, you got 2 gold, 1 food. Right? Yeah, 2 gold, 1 food. Not a lot. Wait, do any of my people? Oh shit! I literally don't have any cooking prowess. Oh, this is stupid. Oh no! One of the base mechanics of the game, and I don't have access to it. And then you're 1 food, 1 gold. Okay. All right.
That's what we call asymmetrical design, Zach.
No, I know. It's just like this is why I wanted to do Laios's team. So Saba, the mage tokens go directly onto Fallen because those are not shared among. Like you only have 1. Or sorry, not Fallen, Marcel. You only have the 1 mage, but it's still character specific how many magic tokens you have. So like I have 2 mages, for example. All right, trying to think. Is there anything else we need to do? I think we're all set. Just keep the dice like accessible for everybody. How does your Adrian, the food and gold tokens, if you like, you don't have to do this, but it's party wide. So like the food and gold, everybody can use.
Okay, I'm gonna put the gold canonically where it belongs.
It's just onto the Lord. That's true. It's true. He is the financier. Dude, why am I blurry immediately? This fucking camera sucks.
Curse of blurry. I cast blur on Zach.
It's really annoying that it causes me to get blurry so frequently. Like, I almost wonder if there's, like, a driver update that I just never installed for this piece of shit. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's just dusty as hell. I have no idea. Here, let me just swipe that a little bit. All right. Next up, we're still kind of completing the setup here. Everybody draw 5 cards from this dungeon card deck. It'll go directly into your hand.
5?
If you have anything that says event, Actually, I can't tell. What is
Oh,
it?
they're so small.
Counter.
How do I see things again? Alt?
Hold Alt while hovering over it. I need to double check. What does it say what does it say what an event looks like?
It says I have one that says event on it, and the banner.
Oh, is it
in
like
the
a
top
ribbon
right
that
one.
specifically says event?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, Adrian. So that you can put down next to the dungeon deck and then redraw. Your starting hand cannot have events in it. Saba, do you have any event cards in your hand?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
The event card is orange. You can see what it looks like next to the deck. So I got one and I discarded.
Oh, then I do. Then I do. Oh, that's where it says event. I do have one.
Okay, well, I'm glad that we double checked. So you can put it
Sure.
where you can put it where Adrian put his.
Which is this guy right here.
Which
right?
is up your ass.
Yeah, just put it right there, and then
Dang.
redraw back up to 5. I don't know why you flipped it over, but okay.
And now I need one more.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, cool. Then these can go directly back into the dungeon deck. We're gonna shuffle that, so let's go back inside. All right, Peachy. Is this good? This should be good. All right. Excuse. So, to explain how this game functions on like a top-down level, the objective of the game is to be the player with the most victory points at the end of the game. The main ways you are going to be earning victory points are either A, defeating monsters and then successfully cooking them, which is obviously dungeon meshy as hell. 2, you can buy items from shop encounters that are worth like points and have like other benefits. Or you can get victory points by being the first player to defeat either of the 2 bosses that we're going to be encountering over the course of this game. That obviously being Chimera Fallen, and they put Cecil. I'm just gonna say Thistle since that's obviously the canonical translation, but I don't know. So Thistle, the Mad Mage. So
Okay.
the way that this works is that on your turn, you get to choose one of 2 actions on the start of your turn. You can either choose to battle whatever monster is currently placed in front of your party. This is referred to as your dungeon, quote unquote. Think of it this way. Think of it as the 3 of us are different parties that are all exploring the dungeon simultaneously. And if we have a monster in front of us, that is the monster that is currently impeding our progress further into the dungeon. You can only have one monster in front of you at a time, which will become relevant later because there's a little bit of a like Red Dragon Inn drink me system, slightly. Excuse me. So you can see on your turn flow like chart that you guys have there, if you hold Alt on it, if you choose to battle something, if there's no monster in front of you, you just get to skip that step, and that's just peachy. And then you get to play an explore card from your hand, right? The explore card will have a number on it. Consider that number to be a percentage towards completing whatever floor of the dungeon you're on. The dungeon only has 2 floors, an upper and a lower level. So, for example, this isn't my turn just quite yet. I'm just going to play this. This is likely what I'm going to be doing anyway, but I'm just going to show you guys. So this is a 20% travel distance. This will stay out in front of me, like turn over turn, until the number is greater than or equal to 100. And as soon as that happens, Fallen will immediately come to my dungeon, and I will have an opportunity to fight her next round. If multiple players are on the same layer and they're all, and like multiple of them are at 100 or higher for total exploration, you can also fight the monster. It's just that the monster stays in the dungeon of whoever's there. Whoever got them first. Does this make sense so far? The idea of like exploring and battling and stuff?
Okay.
All right. So the thing I'm going to explain, and I'm going to use Chimera Fallen here just because, well, actually, you know what? I'll use a Golem because why not? I will use this Golem as like an example. This is how combat works in the game. You will see on your party in the top left hand of your individual like character cards, you see their melee strength, and if they have access to magic in the top right, you see their magic strength. The way that it works, so like let's say for example, I wanted to defeat this golem, I could exhaust any number of people in my party by like turning them sideways, essentially tapping them magic style, in an attempt to defeat that monster. So Saba actually has one of the best examples here, although Saba and I guess, are kind of tied here. So Laios's melee strength is listed as 1d plus 3. 1d simply refers to a single dice. So when you have multiple people engaging in combat at the same time, you're going to have up to 6 dice. You can never go above 6. You roll them, add up those values, and then add up the de facto bonuses. That is the combat prowess of your party during that combat. If that is equal to or greater than the combat prowess of the monster you're trying to kill, you defeat it, right? It's gone. Does that make sense?
So you have to choose how many you're going to tap before you roll any dice.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You once you have fully established like these are the people I am going to be fighting with, you cannot add more people to combat afterwards.
Okay.
And you probably, and that's per, I guess. How does the
did
round?
you change the color of the dice?
I did.
Why did you do that? I mean, I guess it's fine. It doesn't matter.
My dice.
Sorry, your question.
So each round, right? So it is the battle, explore, encounter. So the next part that you may still want to keep some people up is like the encounter part, right?
I will explain that when I get there.
Okay, because I'm just trying to think of like, why would I keep someone out of battle now? I guess that's...
Some people are just very not good in combat. So like, for example, if you look at Marcel, your Marcel card, her melee combat is very weak. She only has 1 contribution to combat prowess, unless you are using her magic, which I will explain in a second, in which case you're rolling 3 dice, which has a lot of variance to it. But there are like exploration cards that are higher value, where in order to do the exploration card or to, you know, kind of essentially surmount like whatever trap or obstacle is on the card, it will tell you like exhaust a warrior, exhaust a lockpick, exhaust whatever, exhaust a mage.
So
right?
You need to keep those guys out.
And so you need to make sure those guys are available, so that way you can successfully complete those challenges as they occur. So, anywho, I'm gonna have to double check in a moment. There's a couple things I need to just kind of refresh myself on from yesterday. But let's assume in this hypothetical situation, I successfully defeated the golem. In the golem's bottom right hand corner, you can see in Senshi's like cooking wok, you can see a number. It just so happens that the golem has a 0 in there. This represents the monster's cooking difficulty. As soon as you defeat a monster, you must, well, you don't have to, I guess. You can opt to not, but that's your only opportunity to attempt to cook the monster in that moment, right? So in this case, there's literally no cooking difficulty, so literally anything I do will succeed. But the way that, it's very good, Adrian. But the way that it works is that, let's say, what's this one? Yeah, here you go. Saba, I'm gonna have you just try to cook this phoenix. So the way that it works is you're gonna roll 2 dice. This is default. You're always gonna roll 2 dice. And then in the bottom right-hand corner of 2 of your characters, being Laios and Senshi, they have a wok with a +2 and a +3. Mm-hmm. So of the 3 parties that you're doing that are in the game right now, you have by far the most cooking prowess on your own. So just roll those dice and total them up.
10.
A 6 and a 4. So even without your cooking prowess, you already successfully cooked the phoenix. So what this means is that when you successfully cook the monster, you flip it over, turn it to the side.
Whoa, that's cool.
Right? Now that goes into your inventory. And this is the other thing that I wanted to make sure I explained before I moved on to like encounters and whatnot. So in the bottom right-hand corner of the food, as soon as you cook it, is obviously like a big Japanese like meat bone thing. This represents how many food tokens you immediately collect from the general supply into your party supply. And then the bottom right hand is how many victory points this would hypothetically be worth at the end of the game if you keep it. Now, the reason why you have an inventory in this game is that you can only ever hold on to 5 total meals, items, or proof of defeating monsters. So if you already have 5 things in your inventory and you would get a 6th, you have to pick something to get rid of. You can only ever have 5, and proof of defeating a boss. So, i.e., the ones that you get for defeating Chimera Fallen and Thistle, you cannot discard. You must keep them in your inventory.
Okay, so the big guys, okay.
Yep, the big guys are a must keep. So, oh my goodness, the red dragon. I didn't even know that was in this, although that makes a ton of sense. So, I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. There's a lot of like shopping stuff, but pretty much all of that is just whatever's on the card, so that should be totally fine. Something that I will explain as well is that there's this little red token here. This is the quote unquote sword. They literally just call it the sword token. Some monsters, when you defeat them, will say as soon as you defeat them, collect the sword token. When you collect the sword token, you immediately give it to either a warrior or ninja in your party. You cannot give it to mages, you cannot give it to lockpicks. And then that character has a de facto +2 to their combat prowess until someone takes the sword away from them by defeating a similar monster. When you defeat a monster, if you choose to not cook it or you fail to cook it, it immediately goes to the bottom of its corresponding deck in order to be fought later. Due to how we're going to be doing this, we're essentially going to have a discard pile. And then once the draw deck for the monsters is out, we'll reshuffle the discard pile, and then that will be good enough. Trying to think, is there anything else I need to explain before encounters? I think that's pretty much it. All right, Peachy. Like I says, once you get to 100% exploration, whatever monster or whatever boss for that floor immediately comes to you, and then you flip over your token that you have here. This simply represents what floor you are currently on. Once you defeat Thistle, the game immediately ends, and we do final scoring. Now we move on to encounters. The way that encounters work, so once again, this is probably going to be my action for my turn anyway, so I'll just leave it out. But for encounters, you will see that similar to that event card that Adrian had earlier with like the orange banner, encounters will have red banners, and you play them to any player, probably someone else, if that makes sense. So in this case, I have a monster encounter in my hand. So after my exploration phase, I would play this. And because I am targeting a player, so I would, in this case, I would probably target Adrian. I would shuffle this, the upper level monsters once by hitting R, take the top of this, and then decide whether or not I want it in front of me or whether or not I want to give it to Adrian. In this case, I see that the Mimic is a pretty tough monster to fight, so I would in fact choose to keep it in front of Adrian. So now Adrian needs to defeat this Mimic in order to make any progress in the game whatsoever.
It doesn't say that you get to pick whether you or I fight, you just give it to me directly.
That's what the thing, so that's what if I pop this out, I don't know if this was a translation thing. I will review this again, now that you mention it. But it was sorry, I gotta go find it. There was encounter, I need to do game preparation again to make sure I did that correctly. Game overview, combat system, exhaustion, party status, review of game structure, battle, cooking progress, minimum number of cooked monster cards. Supply, that's a different
22.
thing. Exploration, that's a different thing. Encounter. During the encounter phase, you can use a monster encounter card from your hand to place a monster in the dungeon of your choice. However, you cannot place a new monster in a dungeon where a monster is already placed. You may also place monsters in your own dungeon if you wish. Monsters may be placed in dungeons where no search card has been placed yet. Only one monster encounter card may be used per turn. So that's what the thing says. The thing says you can use it to place it in any one of your choice.
Oh wait, no, it just says choose a player as an encounter. So presumably, if you're not an encounter, you can choose yourself, and it would just be the one at the top. So it doesn't. I don't think you need to shuffle the deck. It says just use the one at the top.
I guess so. So I guess we just always know what the next monster is.
Yeah, unless there's something specifically that says shuffle the deck.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I think that makes sense. All right. Well, in that case, there you go. That's how that works. I thought there were other encounter cards in other than just monsters, but maybe I'm wrong. I will review this again in a second because I'm probably going to have to remind myself, just double check, excuse me, all of our exploration stuff, or make sure that our start of game stuff is all set. So that's the encounter. We would then move on to the resting phase, but before explaining the resting phase, I would like to explain the other option that you have at the beginning of your turn, which is resupply instead of battling. So when you choose to resupply, you gain 2 food tokens by default. You just gain 2 from the general supply, and then you can choose to discard any number of cards from your hand. You can even have an empty hand if you want. That's entirely your prerogative. My recommendation would be to discard everything but a valid encounter card if you have one, because you immediately move on to the encounter phase after the resupply phase anyway. So there you go, you do that. And then finally, you have your resting event. Let's say I did that, or let's say Saba did that combat from earlier where she was fighting like the Phoenix and then successfully cooked it. That means that several of her characters are now exhausted. During the resting phase, you can expend any number of food tokens to refresh, like essentially return a character to availability by expending a food token. Excuse me. This is why having the ability to cook monsters is extremely important, because you gain a relatively stable access to cooking monsters and whatnot, or to food tokens and whatnot. And then you redraw your hand back up to 5. If you just so happen to draw an event card, you immediately reveal and then resolve the event card, put that in the discard pile, and then for the next round, you just straight up have less of a hand. You do not redraw after that. So if you redraw back up to 5 and there's 2 events in there, you resolve both events either successfully or unsuccessfully, and then the next round you only have 3 cards. So events are typically bad in that context. And then you essentially just repeat. So like I would do that first, then it would move on to Adrian, then Saba. We repeat over and over and over until someone defeats this. What the hell? How are you doing that?
Wiggly. Ooh.
How are you doing that?
I'm wiggling it.
I do not know how to wiggle. I'm not.
All right.
This is the Disapede monster. It is attacking you.
No, Disapede.
It has
All right.
4 bajillion strength.
4 bajillion strength. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to double check the setup just to make sure I did this correctly, because it feels weird that I just wouldn't have a monster on turn 1. I want to double check to make sure I wasn't supposed to give myself a monster as the first player. But does anybody have any questions that I can answer outside of like regular gameplay?
I don't have any questions,
that
but I
I
didn't
can
want to
think
say the elves also don't have any cooking ability, so your party is not alone in that.
Then they said in the rulebook that only 4 characters had cooking ability. Who are they?
Mrs. Tansu.
Oh my god, she can cook. Okay, so that's 3, but then do you have... Oh, is it Fallen?
No, well, not
No,
Fallen,
Fallen
but my
Oh,
Zuru does as well.
Zuru, the bird lady.
Yeah.
So you have cooking prowess too.
Yeah, so you're the only one who doesn't have cooking prowess.
I'm really glad that you actually reminded me to look at cards, because there's a slight extra thing I need to explain. You will see that certain characters have special abilities. So, for example, Chilchuck has this ability that says reroll 3. Pretty much every party should have at least one person that has a special ability called Recovery Magic. The way that these work, if the character is a mage, if the character has a special ability that says blank magic, in order to use it, you must expend a magic token in addition to exhausting the character. If they don't, such as Chilchuck, where it just says, reroll 3, you still have to exhaust the character. This can be done instantaneously during any event. So I'll explain what reroll does real quick. So let's say Saba was fighting that Phoenix from earlier, but did not roll high enough, and that was obviously really unfortunate. By exhausting Chilchuck, Saba can choose up to 3 dice to reroll instantly. You do not get to do 1 and then 1 and then 1. It's not Yahtzee. You just get to pick up to 3 to reroll at once. Because once again,
support characters.
Exactly. So that's how that works. Recovery Magic is exceptionally strong because Recovery Magic allows you to expend. You exhaust the character and you expend one. Magic token, but you instantly recover another character. You instantly unexhaust them, which could be really good if you're encountering traps and stuff. And then there was another one. I want to say it was called lock picking magic. Does anybody have that?
There's not on us, but it's on here.
Could you expend a recovery magic to heal yourself and just waste a magic but have a refreshed character?
The character. I mean, I guess. I think the idea is that the character that you're unexhausting, that you're recovering, needs to already be exhausted, and then you exhaust the magic user. So actually, if you had 2 characters that had recovery magic, you could have them unexhaust each other back and forth. That would
just burn your magic though.
Am I insane? Is there not a person that says locksmithing magic? It's Oda. It's her over here.
Yeah,
I have locksmith magic.
I motioned to these 2, but I guess you didn't see. But yeah,
they're sorry. They have a unique class. They're not warriors or they're canaries.
They're also magicians. That's cool. All right, so locksmith magic is essentially the same thing, where you get to expend a magic and exhaust that character instead of utilizing a locksmith or ninja. Because it should be noted that Adrian, you should have, I think, 2 characters. Yeah, you have 2 characters that are ninjas. Saba, you have 1. It's the cat girl. Ninjas count as both warriors and lockpicks.
Oh, whoa, that's great.
So just keep that in mind. If there's a card that says exhaust a warrior, you can also use a ninja for that. So just keep that in mind. All right. So with all that being said, let me double check. I want to make sure that I have the this game overview. It's turn.
All right, and where's the part where we kill the Zack monster?
No,
that is true.
Stop trying to kill Zack monster.
We must defeat the evil, okay?
Turning up the music slightly. There we go. I should definitely be looking at my own stream. Anywho. Oh my goodness, so much talking. I forgot how much talking it takes to actually explain a new board game. All right. Divide the character cards into the 5 adventuring parties. Each player chooses one party that will be in charge that they will be in charge of and receives all the character cards of that party, placed them side by side. The player cards that no one chooses are not used in this game and are put away in the box. Place food and money tokens, magic tokens, the sword token, dice all together. This is called the stock. Each player receives various tokens according to the initial possession token instructions on the character cards in their party, blah, blah, blah. Each player received 1 lower level dungeon tile with the upper level face up. Oh, I gotta flip mine. Sorry. There we go. Did I just
Which way is flipped? I don't freaking.
I did.
I guess it's this, right? Facing downward.
You are on the upper level. Yeah, you're good. All dungeon cards from face down, discard pile. Each player draws 5 cards for the labyrinth. Make a hand. Then the event cards are put back in. Yes, we already did that. All item cards are placed face down and shuffled. I think it's this. Shuffle that real quick. Two boss monster cards, Chimera Fallen. Starting player is determined by rock, paper, scissors, or other appropriate means. It does not say that I start with a monster. I guess we'll just follow the instructions then, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So, obviously, I will choose to battle. There is no monster. I've succeeded. I choose to explore. My first exploration is going to be this. I have completed 1/5 of the first floor. I move on to encounter. I'm going to do exactly what I said, which is this monster encounter. Oh, this was... I'm going to shuffle this just because it's the start of the game, and this was the mimic that we had from earlier. Is that okay? Does everyone agree?
Yeah, you just reshuffle. Yeah.
Okay. It is an orc.
It is a big man. The fact that you can
All right.
cook this dude is kind of... That's just a guy.
Well, he's not... I think... I'm not going to flip it over because I don't want to spoil it, but I think you just... I don't think you actually cook the guy based on how it works in the manga. Adrian,
Okay.
you're muted.
Nice, dude.
I'm going to put
Oh,
that in
are
front
you
of
gonna make me fighty?
Well, I mean, you are up next. It only makes sense.
Okay.
Then I'm going to rest. Literally no one was exhausted, so I'm just going to draw 2. Let me see if there's any event cards. I have no event cards. I'm all set.
Hey,
Adrian, it's your
Adrian.
Okay, I'm gonna fight this org. Wow.
Org.org.
How many people are you going to use? Actually,
Well,
you know what I
let's
just
see.
thought of? How do you recover magic tokens? Is that possible?
You can. It says you can do it on a card that I have if you spend money.
Oh, so it's like a specialized thing. Okay. I didn't know if you would recover the magic when you did the rest action, but I don't know.
Okay, so it's gonna take my strongest warriors to defeat this orc, I think.
I mean, Shuro is literally
defeat
the
this
strongest
dork?
warrior in the game, so that's pretty cool.
He's tied with Namari, who also has a D4 plus
He's a
or
dork.
1 plus 4.
Oh my gosh! She's
They're
really
both
good.
very strong.
Hey, this is just a 2D. That's pretty crazy.
So let's see, 3d6 plus 4. Can that hit? That can definitely hit 12. But do I feel comfortable with that hitting 12?
There is
Take
no
my
downside
turn.
other than just wasting your turn if you fail. Like, it's not like the character dies. I mean, I guess they get exhausted, but still.
Okay, so 3d6 plus 4.
Are you using a probability calculator?
No, I'm doing my head based on that's like
He's
roughly
doing
average
math
of,
that he learned in high school in his head.
Correct. So 3d6 is at most 18, and then average of that is like 9. I should be able to get this. Plus 4 because Shuro's there. All right. Red and green, do not fail me.
Christmas.
And if you
If
fail
you're
me, I have
using
2
them,
rogues.
if
to
you're using
support.
them, you have to tap them immediately.
Good enough.
I mean, that's fine. I can recognize that those are tapped, so.
9 plus 4, 13. I did it.
You did it!
Congratulations.
And
So,
now,
first off, yeah.
No,
So there you go.
Okay.
Vegetables and chicken stewed with cabbage, accompanied by bread.
so I stole his food.
This is literally just what they cooked in that episode.
Yeah, I
So,
stole his food.
So, Adrian, before you do that, I wanted to point out there is a thing here that says defeat reward, earn 1 money token.
Oh, how about that?
Take some
Yeah, so
money,
you get
dude.
that. And then I'm assuming because it's your first one, you're keeping this, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, so you gain 3 food tokens as well.
Okay.
And then that, if you do end up holding on to that for the entire game, that's worth 3 victory points.
Alrighty.
All right, very well done. So that was your battle, and you successfully did it. So you're allowed to explore. So do you have an exploration card in your hand?
I do. 20.
All right, same as me.
And then
All right.
encounter.
So if you have a monster encounter, you can play it in front of somebody.
You know what, Saba? The it comes to you, so you get the
So
next.
Saba
round
has to
choice.
fight a basilisk.
You can do it. It's only 10. It's not even as hard as the orc.
It's only 10, but it's also kind of difficult to cook. But that's kind of cool because Sava has fucking +5 to that.
As I say, you're playing as the best party at cooking, so.
Okay.
All right. This can go. Sorry, I forgot to do this. The encounter
I
cards
don't
can go.
think I have
And then I can rest, right?
Yes.
Exploration is just, like,
if you
yellow
Adrian, you
cards,
can
I guess.
expend 1 food token each to recover these two. And
I
they'll
just got
be-
3, so I might as well, right?
Exactly. That's a +1. I think that's really good. And then you can redraw up to 5 and check to see if you have any event cards.
Okay. From the dungeon card pile, right?
Correct. Yes.
I did not get event cards.
All right. So then we move on to Saba.
By the way, so
Well, Adrian had a really successful turn.
if you
one.
use up, like,
Yeah.
let's say I use up this man right here.
Oh, I gotta turn
would
them up
it
again.
would I lose the +2, or is that just automatically always applicable?
Sorry, what +2?
The
cooking.
cooking.
Oh yeah, even if they're exhausted, you still get the +2.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, the cooking is just having them in the party period.
so I can probably fight this man.
So
You just need to crack 10, which you can easily do, I believe.
Yeah.
1d6 plus
probably-
3, 1d6 plus 2. That's already a +5.
Because so these two would be +5, and then
Depends on what you want to spend.
yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You could also just use the ninja. That is true.
How about I try this? I'm not really gonna. I'm not really gonna lose too much. If
3d6
It's
plus
like
5.
you guys flipping them vertically.
They're facing off against the monster.
So you need to get a 5 or more on 2d6 in order to successfully defeat this monster.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
already succeeded. You
Five
got 12.
stars.
Yeah.
you fucking defeated it.
Critical
All right,
hit.
excellent. So now you got to try to cook the basilisk. So you have +5. So roll
That's
2d6 again, and you need a 3 or higher on 2d6
So
in order
don't
to
roll.
successfully cook
You
this
need to
guy.
roll not double ones, not snake eyes. Oh!
Wow.
Wait,
Okay,
Can
so
you reroll with Chilchuck?
Oh, you definitely could, Saba, if you wanted. If
Okay.
you
Reroll with
exhaust,
Chilchuck.
if you
reroll
exhaust
you'll break
Chilchuck-
even.
you get
Yeah,
to
I
you
think
get to-
it's-
you could, so exhaust him, and then I would say reroll both. What are the
And-
chances that you get Snake Eyes twice?
Because if you succeed
You
this,
succeeded.
so you'll
Got
break
it.
even on food because you exhausted
Correct.
3.
You
you'll
get
free
enough food tokens to fully recover your team. So let's flip this. Whoa! Look at that.
big bird. Okay.
Hey Saba, I'm gonna ask you for posterity. Rather than giving you the food tokens right now, are you planning on recovering all 3 of your people?
I don't see why not. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I'm just gonna not give you the food tokens, and you can recover them right now if you want. Well, sorry. I apologize. Not right now. You'll do it at the end of your thing, so I should definitely give you these because I forgot you still have to do your exploration and stuff.
Explorations. Those are the like gold,
They
yellow.
literally, it's like the gold banners.
Yeah, it's the gold banners. Okay. Well, Zach.
Did
Funny
you have
enough.
no fucking food. Oh my god, Laos's party has no starting
There's
equipment.
4.
Oh, it only
Well,
has
she
one.
has 4 now, but I'm saying
One.
like the only person who started with any food
It's
on her
okay.
team was fucking Senshi.
It's okay, Zach. It's okay. You know why? Because for my exploration, I ended up at a watering hole, so I get 3 food tokens.
And you get 3
anyway.
food tokens.
So
Wow.
I can flip mine at the end, and these still stay, which is pretty nice.
Here, I'll just give you that stack of 3 if you're planning on doing that. All right.
You ever
So
roll
this
your
one
dice?
does not have a number on it, so you don't get to keep it. It will just go here.
Okay, and then yeah, I do have this. So here you go, Zach. Just we're moving
Okay.
one ahead.
So I'm fighting a slime. The slime is very weak, but it's very hard to cook, which sucks because I don't have.
This
any
is
cooking
Zach's
prowess.
canonical. Besides the mimic, this is Zach's other canonical creature.
That is true.
Big walking
Oh,
mushroom.
Adrian, you gave us each a set of dice.
Yeah.
I
Does
didn't
this
even
go?
notice. It's
Where
so
does
nice.
this go again? I don't remember.
Right here. Here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Coolio. So now you're at the end of your turn, so you can. I'm assuming you're going to be recovering all 3 of them. Oh! The food tokens. All right, and then draw back up to 5 and let us know if you have any event cards.
Nope.
All right, coolio. It's come to my turn. I'm obviously going to battle. There's no reason for me to not. 1d6 plus 3. I could defeat it with literally just one person if I don't roll like dog shit.
If you roll cover, you have a 50-50 shot at it.
That is true. You know what? That sounds like something Kabru would do.
In return for very little reward.
Well, I get 1 food token for free.
True. So
Just
if you
for-
nail this,
If I nail this, he just recovers himself
Get
immediately,
it,
and I
get
have
it.
the opportunity at 2 victory points if I succeed.
assuming
So
you
it's
keep
just
this
one.
guy.
So it's just one. And by the way, that's it. Like I'm not adding anybody else.
Here's the raw 50-50. Let's see it.
Let's
Mick
do
Bell backing you
it.
I do. What does McBell do? Oh, it's reroll 1.
Just
Oh,
in
that's
case.
you really want to win this.
That's so sad.
This
I do
feels
have a lot.
accurate.
I did have a lot of starting equipment though, which is really interesting. All right, let's get in there. Come on.
50-50. He did it.
No,
Yay! Oh, I
exactly
literally
7.
nailed it.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
now
7.
let's see if you can cook the slime.
Okay, so cooking. So it's literally. I just literally roll 2d6 and hope that it's 10 or higher.
No.
No,
No.
it's 6.
But-
Okay.
I do
So
get
what
the
happens?
food token for
So
defeating it.
this just stays here, or
Can
does
we
that
see what it would have
disappear?
been if you cooked it?
Nope.
Oh.
You gotta cook it. There you go. So that.
Okay, so
Oh,
that
and
one just
that's
goes
why
back.
there isn't a discard for monsters because it's just a cycle. I understand now. Okay, great. So that was me successfully completing my combat phase.
Mhm.
I'm now going to explore. My exploration phase is going to be another 20%.
So you need to get to
you go.
100 to get to the second floor? Or...
You need to get to 100 to attempt to defeat the boss, and then once the
Mhm.
boss is defeated, you go to the second floor. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's that. Encounter. I am obviously going to encounter on Adrian.
Okay.
Adrian.
I feel like this will just cycle.
Oh, big walking mushroom. It's 15 power,
This guy
and
can't
you get.
be cooked. I get nothing. Fuck
That's
you, dude.
so
This
bad. I'm
sucks.
sorry. I didn't even look.
This sucks.
One would
Alright,
think
whatever.
this should be cooked, but that's unfortunate.
Well, there is a walking mushroom, which is so they say even in the rule
No.
book that it's like, hey, make sure you're paying attention to what monster you're giving
Whoa.
somebody, because some monsters are really easy to defeat
Upper.
and really valuable to cook.
But Zach, what if this guy's like an upper guy? Does this?
Can I flip
do
this
we
to see if
skip-
there's
don't we have to
literally no
skip
food on
this
the other
guy?
side? Because it can't be cooked?
Sure, flip it.
Nothing.
And it
This
is
monster
not
cannot
scored.
be cooked and is not scored. The defeated big walking mushroom is returned to the bottom of the upper level
Oh,
deck.
there's no victory points either. This sucks.
This
Dude,
guy
this
just
thing
sucks.
literally
Yeah.
just impedes your progress. I'm so sorry. I didn't know.
God damn. All right, whatever. Whatever.
I mean, I
I'll
guess
do
I
it.
did. I guess we did have to give it to somebody at some point since we don't get the reroll.
We're gonna have to do it multiple
Probably-
times. You'll get out of this first floor fast enough.
That is true. Saba, you had a question?
Oh yes. Okay. This says upper floor. Do we have to skip this dude if he's upper?
Saba,
We're
we're
on the
on
upper
the
floor.
upper floor.
Oh, so I guess
We're
this
trying to
doesn't
get to lower
matter.
floor.
Oh, okay, because
We're going deeper into the dungeon. The ones with the lighter backs are for upper floors. The one with the darker is for lower floors.
Okay, so that's why you only do these first and then these later.
And then you start doing these because it's entirely possible that different parties will be on different floors.
Understood. Okay.
Yep. All right. So it's Saba's turn. Wait, no, sorry.
No,
I didn't
look,
actually-
I was gonna say I have to
friggin-
fight this useless mushroom.
That's
Zach
true.
was just
I
like
gotta redraw.
Adrian
Also, did you-
instantly has
did you
lost.
rest?
Sorry, that's what I was just thinking. I needed a rest.
Event?
Holy cow!
Did you get an event?
I did not get an event, but I got a pretty neato exploration card. All right, I'm done. Adrian.
You're not gonna recover Kabru?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so focused on that giant walking mushroom.
All right, my turn. Well, I'm gonna kill this useless roadblock thing because I don't have any way to bypass it.
So you're gonna have to use a lot of people to guarantee.
I don't think I can guarantee. I'm just gonna have to. There's gonna be an element of chance.
I mean,
think, no
maybe
matter
just
what. All right.
3, right? Like, maybe one of these guys.
Okay.
If you
I would
use
say this.
one magic on Mizuru plus Itunare and Shuro, you have an extremely high chance of
I was
succeeding.
gonna say so that would be 5d6 plus 4, which 5d6 max 30 average 16 plus 4. That'd be excessive a little bit.
So in that case, maybe don't use the magic.
I think I'm gonna just roll with Shuro and Inutari again, and then I'm gonna probably end up tapping Hien to reroll them. Probably.
Sure.
All right, let's see. So I tap them. They face off. I have 3 of these dice.
3d6 plus 4.
Yeah.
So you need to get an 11 or higher on the dice. That's very possible.
It's very possible. What? Because watch this.
12. You got it.
I got it. I didn't even need to reroll shit.
didn't even
and
need
I
to
got this
reroll.
useless thing out of the way. Oh,
Until
God,
it comes back later.
Yeah, I really want to get out of the first floor. All
I
right.
love how you don't get anything for that
Not
at all.
a thing.
That's
Why
so
are they
funny.
so inedible? All right.
All right.
And then
So that was your battle. You succeeded.
Okay.
God, I didn't do that.
Then I'm going to
Explore.
4
I
money.
really like the art style of this. It's like kind of chibi, but with too much detail.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
It's 4 heads tall. Which is a good proportion to have. Anyway, I'm
What's your
gonna
exploration, sir?
chill out a little bit and just make a little bit of profit to get 2 more money tokens.
Sure, 10%
Oh,
plus
10%.
2 money. That's kind of
And
neat.
then I don't actually have an encounter card, so I can't give you an encounter, Saba.
So Saba just gets a free turn if she wants.
But I
That's
do
okay. I didn't get any progress last time. Okay.
want to
That is true.
rest. I will get another dungeon card to replace my 2 coin.
What
game.
does it mean
Are
to
you going
use
to-
as
you're
you're
is?
gonna recover your people?
Unfortunately, I feel like I have to because those are my best fighters. So yeah.
I mean, yeah. Who knows? Maybe I'll give you an encounter that actually like provides you some benefit at all.
What's the next? Well, the next encounter is a big bat, and that's hard to cook.
It's not hard to beat though.
Yeah.
Although there is no benefit for beating it, I guess, beyond attempting to cook it. You know what? I wish you did have a thing that to give to Saba. Now that I think about it.
Well, Saba, it's your turn now.
Well, I guess I don't have to battle anything.
There's nothing to battle.
Yeah, which means I can do a 20% exploration. And I do have a thing, just because this is how this works, I'm going to give this to Zach, so he's going to have to contend with the bat.
So the bat is now in Zach's donjon.
Yeah.
Understood.
Mimic's next.
Oh, there's the mimic.
I like that.
Boy.
I do like being able to see what the next monster is. That's
I like
interesting.
how the mimic is really hard to beat, but then not hard to cook.
It's crab.
That is cool.
Okay, and then I just have to draw back up, right? Because there's nothing really else to do.
Yeah, you don't. You didn't
Uh,
tap anything either.
You didn't tap anything, so yeah. Did you? Sorry, I'm trying to look up how to restart my webcam. What was your exploration?
20%.
Is this your first 20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I understand.
So Saba's at 20, Zach's at 40, and I'm at 30 for exploration.
Correct.
I just draw 2. I do have an event.
Okay, so reveal the event. The event. If you are already in a monster encounter, return this card to the dungeon deck.
Can I
and shuffle
see
it.
anything? Everyone's hands are all over
Return
it.
one.
Oh god. One food token and one coin.
Return 1 food token and 1 coin token to the stock. If you cannot do so, you encounter an orc raiding party with combat prowess of 15 and reward for destroying 1 food and 1 coin. This card can be treated as a monster card. So give up 1 food and 1 gold.
Tough.
It doesn't say that you get a choice. It just says you have to. And then if you
Fine.
can't, you like them.
There. Where did these
Alright.
go? They just go on the pile, right?
They just go back into the stock.
Can't believe
Straight
it.
up,
It just
straight up,
took
if I
stuff
can find
from
a
me.
copy of this in English, I might buy it. This is kind of fun. There you go, Sofa. Oh, and just to make sure that you understand, you do not drop back up to 5.
Understood.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I'm
nice.
gonna take my turn, and then I'm gonna see if I can restart
Chorus,
my webcam.
hello.
My webcam is still blurry. I don't understand why.
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, obviously, I want to fight a big bat, and he's 9, right? So Kabru,
Some may
obviously.
say he's a big
Do you have a
baddie.
mandrake?
Ha ha ha.
I do not have a mandrake to.
Well, you have a
instantly kill him.
dog.
That's kind of fucked up. I mean, he has 9, right? So
Yeah,
what
I like
if
my
do-
own
What if I
jokes.
do actually put Kuro?
Okay.
Right? Because if I do that, that's plus 5. So that means that this is a 4. Because I really just want to. I really want to guarantee that I'm not. Like, I really need to. There's an exploration card that I really want to play this turn. Is essentially what I'm saying. So I'm thinking about this. I'm
Your
thinking about
party
doing this.
just has extra meat because you have Kuro and Daya.
I was say my party started with
You
a lot
could
of like
probably,
a lot of
yeah,
stuff
you
early.
could probably put another person in and just probably be fine.
I'm looking at like what each party has that makes them like special or whatever. So obviously like these two have like the locksmithing magic, which is like cool in of itself. What does Tansu's team have? I guess they have like a little bit of everything.
They have
right?
Namari.
That's true. They have Namari. Well, they don't have ninjas or anything. They just happen to have a
Kiki's a
character who can
locksmith.
cook. Oh, that is true. What? I thought she was a warrior.
No, she doesn't directly fight anything. She has a crossbow.
There's a decent amount of
Makes sense.
magic, I guess,
fighting.
there. Look,
Wouldn't be a
3
warrior,
No,
though.
that's
I
a
guess
lot of
that's
magic
fair.
there. Never mind.
All right. So anyway, so I'm fighting with these two. So I'm gonna roll. What is that? 2d6, and then I'm hoping for a 4 or higher on 2d6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it. All right. Cool.
Cooking
Monster
time.
has been defeated.
You
Time
gotta
to cook.
try to cook it.
I literally, once again,
He
it's
has
just
to get a
straight up roll.
10.
You
He
need
has
to get
to-
a
he
10 or
has to
higher,
get to 10.
which is not like.
Definitely not return the
All right,
man.
so I didn't get it. All right. Well, that means that this baddie is gone. Straight up, I'm looking at this. Oh, thank you. I'm looking at this.
Zach wants to take the mimic.
Well, okay. Let me do my exploration first. My exploration, 40% if I expend 1 magic, which I absolutely will. I will expend 1 from this boy.
From home.
From home?
You value two dice more than 1 dice plus 3.
I think so, right? Is that not mathematically sound?
I mean, it's more or less about the same. 1 dice plus
Because,
3 is
like-
a little more consistent, but
I mean, it's more consistent, I guess, but this one could be as high as 12. It could be insane.
that's the trade-off.
So I'm at 80% right now, which is pretty fucking sick. I'm looking
Someone
at
wanna
this
fight
mimic.
that giant mushroom. Are you gonna hog it for yourself?
I'm thinking about it because it's tough, but no one's really struggling for food right now, and it's probably going to be the only opportunity that my team has to actually cook something. So I'm actually gonna monster encounter myself. Well,
The next
Up
one.
next is
shit.
that
You
one's pretty
scorpion, why?
easy.
Well, hey, I can't.
Oh.
I don't have a monster encounter, so I'm not gonna fight it myself. So it's probably gonna end up being either Saba. Well, we'll see.
Me. It'll probably just be me, or I can give
We'll-
it to
we'll
you. But
see,
I
we'll see.
definitely need more food as well.
I think Saba might have been giving that to herself. That's a really good monster to find.
Yeah, I need
Alright, so
food.
I'm gonna expend 2 food tokens to recover my peeps. There we go.
I genuinely
then I'm
need.
gonna
I
draw
genuinely.
back up.
I think I win. Wait, hold on. Because that's 5. I genuinely only need a 1. I win automatically with this. Because it only takes 6
With
for.
what?
It only takes 6 to cook this man, and I already have 5.
Oh, and you already have 5, so it's literally impossible for you to fail cooking the huge scorpion. That's really
But
funny.
are you willing to could risk a chance for it to save on food and end up netting positive food if you don't want to spend 2 people?
I mean, I could probably
So you
only.
wanna play risky.
I could probably spend 1 person too, because look, I would only need 1 person. I would only need to get a 3 or higher to get this guy. And if I don't, he still stays with me, right? Like he still
If you
stays there
don't, you
until I
have chill check to
kill him.
reroll if you want, so it'd still be 2 people. So you could just risk.
Yeah,
I think
I
you
could
should
do
just
that.
risk it, actually.
Yeah,
think that kinda
I
makes sense.
agree. Well, it's not even my turn. Let's have Adrian go first.
I was about to
Say,
say, my turn is now over. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you go so I can try to figure out my webcam.
Okay, so basically my options are to gain 2 food and discard anything, or place an expiration card in my dungeon because I don't know if you can fight right now.
Well, yeah,
well,
whatever you want.
you know what? I'm going shopping. I trade. I'm gonna spend 3 of my valuable gold pieces that I earned to get an item card because I want to know what these do.
Ooh, yeah, I want to see what an item.
Do I reveal
Card
them,
looks like?
or do I? What do I do with item cards? I just
Do
show
the
them everyone?
following as many times as you want. Return 1 coin to the stock, earn 1 food. Oh, so you're spending the 3 to draw 1 item?
Yeah.
So it's literally just the top item of the thing. So draw it into your hand, and then
No,
the
we don't get
card
to
will
see it?
either say, I think it's like, I think it says open or close. If it says close, you keep it. You can keep it face down in front of you. If it says open, you have to reveal it.
Is it open or closed?
Okay. It's closed.
We can't
So
see
in that
it.
case, you keep it face down in your inventory, and you now have 2 items in your inventory.
Okay.
Where is his inventory?
It's
Oh, this
bigger
counts
than your
as
food.
It's very bigger, but that's not the only thing I can do because I could do it as many times as I want. And I have money,
Oh my god, that is true.
so I haven't spent any mana yet. and
What
I
was the
feel
what was the
good.
money that you spent?
3
Where's the rest of your money?
above Benishidori. I'm put on Churro to be more obvious.
Oh, so you only have 3 left?
I have 3 left. Yeah,
Oh, okay, so you could buy a second item is what you're saying.
I could, and I might.
That is true.
He might.
That is true.
These seem useful, and I don't. You know what? Screw it. I need another item. I'm going to. There's that one. There's a extra panel in the manga where Shuro is going like shopping in a souvenir shop. That's what Shuro's doing right now because he doesn't know.
Okay, okay.
All right. Let's see. This is open. I got a mithril weapon.
Yo.
This looks valuable.
One. Hold on. The party
1d to
physical
the party's
combat power
physical
plus 1.
combat power,
Is this
1 to
forever?
cooking power.
Do you
I
hold on to
assume
this?
until unless I want to discard it for whatever reason.
So sorry, what does it say? Mithril weapon +1 D to the party's physical combat power +1 to the cooking power. That sounds fucking ridiculous.
That sounds amazing.
I'm very glad I spent 3 money on that then.
Yeah, well, I mean you get to keep. Dude, I want. Give me that.
If you can give me the scorpion, I might consider it because I really want to kill something. But anyway, I didn't spend any food though, so that's fine.
Turn off in a second.
I don't have an encounter again, so and then I just gain cards back up to 5, so I just don't.
Event? Question mark?
We'll see if I get an event. I did not get an event.
Oh, okay, okay.
Lost my turn. Your turn, Saba.
Well, I can't battle anything, so I'm gonna explore. And I too have 40%. So,
Ooh.
I'm gonna return this
Spending
bad
my
boy.
magic. Okay.
Yeah, I will do the thing where I will encounter for myself because I need some foods.
So now we're just encountering ourselves.
I mean, hey. I mean, you don't fight it
Mandrake.
yet, though. Yep.
Mandrake, not hard to fight, kind of difficult to cook. Not for Adrian,
Is
though.
it because it's screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do
Well, we
anything
learned that you
else.
can just chop its head off, and it's less appetizing, but, you know.
Can't do anything
I guess
else,
maybe the
so I
cooking
have
is
to
representing
draw.
how you deal with the toxins
I need
of screaming. or
That's
something.
not it. I need 3. I have an event.
What's the event?
I earn 2 food tokens.
Earn 2 food.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
That's really beneficial to Lyos's team.
What is this?
All right.
Hold on, what is this? What is the... Never mind, I'll hold on to this. I'll
Baronets?
read this. I'll read it. Okay, yeah, this is... I'm fine. I'm okay.
All right. Zach's turn.
Great. Well, I mean, fucking, what'd you do? Well, I mean, I said I was gonna do it, right? So I'm gonna Kabru and Kuro
Did I do something?
again.
Why is this not big anymore? I think I'm just stupid.
Are you okay?
Yeah, well, the alt is it's not like up fully on my screen now. It's just like kind of bigger, and I have to zoom. Oh, I can zoom it. I didn't realize I could do that. That's crazy.
Okay, great. So if I do it
Whoa.
like this, that means that this guy is at what, 7? And 7 on 2d6 is
That's
like average.
statistically average, yeah.
That's statistically average.
How does it feel,
And I
Zach, to be average?
Well, I mean, I'm whooping your ass. I'm at 80%. So how about you fucking check yourself?
Hey, who's to say average is bad? I'd like
6.
Beat
Fuck. Don't I have a
You have
McBell?
reroll 1.
McBell reroll. I gotta do this.
Come on, baby.
All right, I got
There
it.
you go. And you
Cool.
but you did tap 3 for that.
I did tap 3 for that. It bothers me that you guys don't have your thing set to like 90 degrees or whatever.
It's
right.
more fun this way.
Time to cook the mimic. And now, this time that I'm cooking the mimic, I literally can't. I can't re-roll it. If I fail, then this was for nothing.
You have slightly better than average odds.
I fucking
barely.
failed again. No, I thought it was a
Barely,
7-6.
barely.
Holy crap.
Barely,
All right.
yeah.
I get
baby.
boiled mimic. I get 2 food tokens, of which I'm not going to take. I'm just going to spend 1 for later. But I get 2 victory points
You did
for
not
the
break
end
even.
game. I did not break even, but clearly that's kind of what my team has to do. All right. So now that I've done that, now it's time for exploration. My
You have an
exploration. I don't want to. The Mandrake is hard for me. Like I almost just failed on a fucking 6. I don't want the Mandrake. But the Mandrake is so easy to fight.
Yeah, the fighting is easy. I would say this. I think it's better to have to fight less than than cook higher. It's better to have that rather than vice versa.
I do this. I obtain 2 monies. Thank you. I monster encounter myself.
Walking mushroom.
Walking mushroom.
There's the edible version.
There he is. There's the guy.
We got the hard guys out of the way first, I feel like.
Maybe. I'm trying to think if there's any monsters from the first 4 that we haven't seen yet that I would expect.
It's not just the first; it is the upper floors. But
yeah.
All right.
All right. So with that being said, I think I'm good to just draw. I'm at 90%, by the way. I spent all 3. So I spent the 2 that I got for successfully cooking, plus the 1 that I had in my stock. There you go. All my people are back. Now to redraw.
Event?
I still do not have an event.
Okay.
All right. My turn.
Adrian!
All right. No battle. I don't really feel like.
I didn't want to give Adrian anything to fight.
It's all right. Well,
he's gonna
I feel like Adrian's like, yeah, like he just puts what is it?
Inutate and
Inutate, and you have the mithril weapon. You don't even need anyone else. Just Inutate and the mithril.
Cracked to killing things.
Yeah.
But you need things to kill, and you don't have any monster encounters.
Well, I guess if we don't eat food, we don't need to worry about killing monsters.
It's true.
Well, the monsters are also victory points, I guess, if you recall.
All right,
you just bought items.
You know what? Speaking of items, I'm gonna tap one of my ninjas, and I'm gonna get another item.
Whoa.
Is that what it says? Use this card. You must exhaust 1 locksmith/ninja. Draw an item card from the item deck. Yeah, that's what it says.
This is another open. Oh my god, I got the mithril weapon and the adamantine armor.
What the hell?
Whoa.
+3 to combat's party's physical combat prowess, and +1 to cooking.
So
Dude!
Adrian's just a combat machine right now.
Well, it's not even just combat machine. He also cooks like a motherfucker.
I've now I think I'm almost caught up to Saba in cooking.
You're 1 behind, dude. Imagine Saba with these. Holy shit!
All right, and because
which
you
is
guys
weird because these are both literally Senchi's items.
If you're not gonna give me a comic under, I'll give myself a comic. I'm taking
No!
It's mine. What's next?
God damn
Treasure
it.
bugs.
Treasure in 6.
Oh, only magic can be used. That's interesting, I guess.
That's interesting.
Oh.
That's worth a lot. Oh my god, money and food? Well, it's only one food, but three
It's
money.
only one. It's only one food, but 3
Okay.
victory tokens, which isn't bad.
Wait, it's only one. So literally any magic kills it, but you just have to tap one of your mages.
You would have to tap and
You have to
expend
use
one
as a
of a very
magic,
limited
yeah.
resource. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I don't
For
care.
how
That's
limited
not
it is.
my
Look
thing
how
to
many
worry
there are
about.
here. But that's actually, it's still less though, I would say.
All
It's
right.
27 versus 40.
I'm gonna expend one of my foods to untap my ninja because I would like my ninja to be available in case I need them.
Should I put this
and
away?
I will draw. Yeah. And I will draw 2 cards. Do we get an
Event?
No event. All right.
Saba's the only one who's encountered events.
Okay, so I got a
I'm the
battle.
one with items.
Right? So I'm gonna just flip
I would
him
love
over.
items.
Right?
They're good.
And I'll try to see if
So
I
you're
can take
one-
this on. I take my
Right, and if you fail this, you're thinking about re-rolling it.
Yeah.
So you just need a what, a 3 or higher?
Oh.
You failed.
Well, I guess I could
Should
re-roll,
re-roll that.
right?
Yeah. So he's exhausted by default. Yeah.
Come on.
You got it.
Yay.
All right.
And do
And
I
you
even
broke
need?
even now.
Yeah. Do I even need to roll?
I'm gonna-
Because I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna say that you don't even need to
Yeah.
roll because by like the lowest you could possibly get is a 2, and you already have a +5.
Yeah.
This is Huge Scorpion and Walking Mushroom Hot Pot from episode 2, chapter 2.
I think it's episode 1.
Gosh, man, they really get into it that fast.
Are you just gonna just use that food to untap your guys immediately?
I would.
I would as well.
Yes, I would. So you don't need to
Okay,
give me
so you're-
anything.
You still gotta do your. You still gotta do
So
your.
what I'll
exploitation
do
if you're doing
is I'm gonna have to tap her to get 30%.
that. Use this card. Exhaust 1 locksmith/ninja must be exhausted. Okay, so you're at
So-
what 40. That's 6. So you're also at 90%.
Yeah, so
I've
I'll have
made
to
no
I'll
progress
have to
with those.
give this
I'm geared up. but
just
I'm
to
slow.
get them all back. I just have to give one because of the 2 I gained.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have an encounter, by the way, so I can't really do that.
You just straight up don't.
9, yeah.
All
What was
right.
it I needed to do? Is there any other thing?
Redraw.
Yes. I was like, I'm missing
Did you get
something
another-
here.
all right, now will
Here's another
Saba
event.
go 3 for 3 on events?
Nope.
Okay.
Fuck. That means I'm gonna get the event. All right. First things first. Obviously, Kabru.
It's actually
wins.
somewhat bad.
Wait, do
Just
you want to
by
tap
deep-
Cobber, or you could tap one of your less valuable warriors?
But he just wins by default.
They do too.
And there's no difference, right?
Well, Cobber is worth 1d plus 3. They're worth 1d plus 2, and they also win by default.
I guess that is true. You know what? Yeah, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. I haven't used Dia once. I'll flip Dia.
All right.
There you go. So this thing was defeated, and now I just straight up have to roll 8 on 2d6.
It's slightly. Oh,
Nope.
barely. Do you
Damn
want to?
it.
Do you want to expend McBell
Yeah,
for the
one
net neutral?
reroll.
No, because I get the 1 food token for defeating the Mandrake anyway to revive what's her face.
That's fair.
We got a little bit of that. There we go. All right, for my exploration, I am completing a 100%. So I get
Nice.
2 gold and fucking
She shows
fallen. Encounter all parties that reach 100% or more travel distance in the upper layers. So assuming you don't already have a monster that you have to encounter, you can also fight Fallen. If you're at 100 or more. So like Saba, so not next turn, but the turn after that, if Saba's at 100, she could also fight Fallen. So the
That's
1
not
food
gonna
token
happen.
that I would have got, I'm going to obviously use here. You might be able to tell just by the way that I'm acting, I do not have an encounter. I was kind of banking on getting Fallen, so I'm glad that I did. Scoozy.
We're all encounterless.
I think I'm all set. Dude, I got a fuck ton of money. I got 9 money.
Everyone else has
Sorry,
had a
correction.
decent
I have
amount of
10
money.
money.
Like
Did you-
zilch.
and you
I
dropped
just
to
got some
5?
food.
I need to drop to 5. Thank you.
Okay. and that's your turn. All right.
Fucking
Can I beat
dude,
this mushroom?
I wonder if you can beat this mushroom.
Is it possible?
Can you just straight up defeat it right now? Because it's like you have a 1d+3 default, which is a 4 minimum.
Do you just want to
So it doesn't
use?
matter
Do
who
you
I
just
use.
want? You could just
need to
use my
exhaust
yeah.
You can literally exhaust fucking like
Anyone.
either of the ninjas. Then you automatically defeat the thing.
I'll do that, yeah. Venishidora, you're up.
All right, so you automatically win. What's the cooking power? So both of these is +2, and then you also have a +2 to this.
So
I
you
need to
need a
roll not
2.
one on
So you just need to
2d6.
roll on.
Wait,
well,
no, I
no,
win.
You
Oh, you
literally,
win.
You literally win. What the hell? So you just get a mushroom.
And I get 1 food, so I'd make profit off this.
Dude, what the hell?
So I profit 1 food off that.
So your inventory is now full, by the way.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Alright,
do
and
you
then
have
explore.
encounter? After exploring, it's
do.
true.
I
Whoa,
do.
he
Well,
does.
first
He's at
explore.
30. He's at 30%.
First,
Mhm.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend a magic and get 40 because I'm falling behind, and I don't want to fall behind anymore.
That's
Wait, that's
food.
food. My bad.
Yeah.
So I
We've
spend a
all
magic.
now all sacrificed Oon magic. We're here now.
But let me double check my item. Can I just use items at any time?
I don't know. What does the item say?
It doesn't say when I use it. It has an effect.
I am assuming the effect
Is this
happens
a
all the time.
consumable item? Is that the idea?
I would assume it is based on what it looks like and what it says.
I would assume in that case that it's similar to a special ability where it's an interrupt. I would assume that you're okay. To
Okay,
use it
well, I don't need to use it right now yet.
what is it? Just restore all? Is it just the fucking
Get
pumpkin
10
head
more
where you restore all
percent.
mana?
Just make it to the end if you're
Don't worry
10%
about it.
away.
Anyway, I don't have an encounter, so I'm just gonna rest.
All right.
My God.
Everybody's already recovered because you spent the food. Wait, did you spend the food? I think you did, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's
there's
crazy how
nothing
it's
to
crazy
fight.
how everybody is like kind of similar on food.
Well, no, I didn't need to spend the food because I profited off food, so I gained a food.
Oh, that's true. So did you gain your one?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, so there's nothing in front of me, so I'm just going to get more food.
Just 3 more food.
3 more food. And I can't put anything in front of Zach because Zach has something.
True.
But I could give this to
I guess
Adrian.
You could give it to yourself actually if you wanted.
But I
Do
don't
you
want
want
to
the
use
treasure
up a
insects?
magic. I don't want.
I want to use a magic. Give it to me.
Yeah, here
Dude,
you can use a magic.
Whoa! I want this golem so bad.
It's
now that
free
we played
eats.
Now that we played the game a little bit, I realized that it's 4 food and 3 victory points if you can beat it, period. Like, that's crazy.
Okay,
And I literally
so
have to
I'm
fucking
basically
scrounge up 20
done.
right now.
I need 2.
What? Oh wait,
good.
Fallons were 2 dice of victory points.
Correct. If you look at Thistle is 3 dice of victory points.
I didn't know you could be
Wait.
dice worth of victory points. It's crazy.
Yeah, but well, and
Okay,
so that's the thing that
that's
makes it
it.
cool because you only roll those dice at the very end of the game.
Gotcha.
So Fallen could be worth 2 points or 12. Thistle
see.
could
Pretty
be,
crazy.
Thistle could be 3 or 18.
Okay, that's it. There's not. I couldn't really do much.
And
No
you
events.
redrew? No events?
No events.
All right, let's see.
All
attack.
right, so let me do some fucking math here, all right? So if I do all of my if we do all the warriors, that's 4 plus 3 is 7, so that puts her down to 13. What's my chances of rolling 13 on 3d6? That's pretty good, right? Like, that's
14 on
fine.
3d6. 3d6 cap is well, the average would be 9, so you're somewhere between the average of 9 and the max of 18, so it's a little not likely.
What if I were to, because this motherfucker only has 1 magic left, so I kind of want to keep that. What if I added 2 more d6 to that? What would that be?
You said 3d6 with your warriors, so that would be 5d6 plus
5d6.
5d6, and what do you need to roll again? 14?
It's 5d6, and I need a result of 14.
It's statistically a little more than average.
No, sorry, 13, because it's 7, so I need a 13.
It's slightly better than even odds.
I would say do that.
Plus,
yeah.
I have a reroll if necessary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're only
I
one.
literally wouldn't have enough food to do all that, but I guess that's fine. I mean, you gotta go big or go home, right? Like this is Fallen.
You're
Go
speed rushing
big.
riskily.
All right. I feel like that's what Cover's team would do, right?
That's kind of what, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what my party would do. But yeah, we have swapped tactics in lore.
All right. So I spent so this is just, I'm moving this to the side for right now. Actually, I guess I could just expend it. Doesn't matter. There we go. Put that on there. All right. So right now my flat bonus is 7. So I need a 13 or more on 5d6. Please.
You got it.
Please. And if I don't get it, and if I don't get
it, you are in.
If I don't get it, I then have to expend McBell as well.
Let's see it.
I got 13 exactly. Yes!
Wow.
Fucking holy
Close.
shit! All of these people are
Hey,
suffering.
But
right.
you did beat Fallon.
I did beat Fallon, so I get to keep her. So this purple one I can never discard and is considered quote unquote proof of defeating the boss. So
So now if we get to
here.
100, there's nothing to fight.
There is nothing. You just immediately go to the lower floor. So now I take all of these, discard them.
So those
There
don't.
you go, and then I flip
No.
my thing. I am now on the lower floor.
Welcome to lower floor.
Oh, there's
Welcome to
there's
lower floor.
stairs.
Yeah. So like so if you look at these ones, these are stairs going into the ground, and then the other one is like stairs coming from a wall.
Okay, I got it. That's cool.
All right. So with that being said, my first action in the lower floors of exploration is to gain 3 food tokens.
You
Okay.
need that for sure.
Worth.
So that's that. I'm just gonna discard that because I don't get to keep those. But the oh dude, this song's awesome. That's most likely what I'm gonna be expending here in a second, just to recover everybody, obviously. No encounter cards, because fuck me. But I can redraw, so I'm going to draw one. Dude, I
Event?
want that golem so fucking bad, dude.
Event?
All right. What the hell is this? Oh!
That's Beetle impression.
Just stop by to say hello. My Wi-Fi jumped. Oh, yikes.
All right. Give me a second.
Yeah,
just
thanks
to
for
put all my
popping
people
and
back, but
popping
yeah,
in
this is
and saying hi.
Okay.
Have a
I'd say that
great
was pretty good
weekend
turn.
/ week.
I can't believe I fucking beat Fallon in one try. I definitely thought that was gonna take multiple
lucky.
turns.
Okay,
Alright,
Adrian,
there
you
you
got
go.
it.
All right, battle time. I expend 1 magic.
And then you win just immediately. So you get 3 money.
Give me the money. 1, 2, a 3.
So you have 4 combat prowess, and you literally can't not cook this. So you get +1 food. So here's your food.
But wait,
But he has to do
my inventory's
something.
full. But what if instead I expend this item and get 2 mana back?
Hey! Return this to the bottom of the item deck. Choose a sorcerer and put 2 magic tokens on it. That's great. So that's fully
That's
stocked
great,
up, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to spend my magic, because I was burning a hole in my pocket.
That's pretty sick.
Alright.
That worked out really well. So now you do have all that.
Oh,
That
here's
is
got
3
his
victory
return.
tokens.
Where's the?
All right,
there it is.
and then
What's your
I'm
exploration?
gonna- Speaking of, well, I'm at 40, 50, 70. I'm gonna close the gap and expend a warrior or a ninja to get 30 more and get to the 2nd floor as well.
Either of the less useful ninjas. So is that 100? That is 100, right?
That is 100. That's a hundo.
Okay, so you are now.
What if it's above
So
100?
I defeated the big bad boss, and then you just wandered in behind me.
Hello.
God damn it!
And my last thing, I don't have an encounter, so I'll spend 1 food to refresh my ninja because I like having them available.
I think that's very fair.
Okay,
Hello.
my turn. There's nothing to battle. I will also just saunter into the 2nd floor.
What the hell?
Thanks for doing that, Zach.
By the way, Zach, what happens if it's extra?
Nothing, probably?
It goes away.
Okay.
You don't get to keep the leftovers.
I'm going to disappoint Zach by encountering. I'll give this guy to Adrian because Adrian.
Wait, no, we're doing lower floors now. We're on the lower
Oh,
floor.
you're
Correct.
right. Ooh,
So
in
we
that
all have
case.
You gave him a phoenix.
Hold on.
Well,
No, that's not the same thing. Hold on, I have to look at it now.
All of us are on the lower floors. There's no choice. You have to do phoenix.
So
Also, I
no,
assumed Thomas reading
that's
the Phoenix,
fine.
not District
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
hold on,
I
give me a
thought she
second.
was.
So
the challenge for Phoenix, you have to cook it. It's more.
so
cooking
it'll
than
be cooked.
actually beating
It'll be
it.
cooked eventually, right? That's what this is, right? You have to cook this before encountering something else. Is that what this says?
Yes.
Okay, I can give this to myself.
If you
take
give it to
this.
Zach, he'll be fucked.
If you
'Cause
give it to
can't
me,
cook.
I'm fucked.
'Cause he
Yeah,
can't-
but that's
that boy
but that's
cannot
only
cook.
but that's only if he wins the 8. This is like
Well, he doesn't have any cooking boosts, so he has to beat it.
That's what Adrian's saying. Of the three of us, I have the hardest
okay,
time
I get
getting
it.
to 8.
Okay.
I
But
mean,
you
if
could
you-
also not.
No,
Listen,
it's
if you want
okay.
2 food, then you and I could do it pretty easily, but Zach will.
I got
struggle.
7 food. I'm doing okay, right?
I'm a little low on food. I wouldn't mind it, but also Zach would struggle with it a lot.
Okay.
He wouldn't have trouble killing it.
So, I have to draw 2 now. Okay. Oh, I have to flip.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sucks because I do have to
on.
fucking defeat. So
thank you.
actually, now that I think about it, if I don't cook it, that means I can't explore. Period. Right?
I
Yeah.
think so, because this is like the bird
So
is
I'm
still here.
actually just fucked.
Well, you. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to.
No, but Zach, look at this. You'll kill it and then just instantly cook it first turn. Come on,
to be
man.
fair, 2d6 on 8
Yeah.
on 2d6 is not impossible. It's just slightly
impossible,
above
it's just-
average.
It's unlikely.
It's a
No, I
little
think you'll
under
be able to get it.
50%.
I think you'll get it. Okay.
It's a
You
smidge under 50.
Look, you'll get some foodsies as well.
And hey, you just
true,
need
I
to
am
keep
low on
McBell or so you
I
can
don't
roll
have
a
an
dice
event,
for
so it's your turn anyway. So
You don't have to redraw.
I did. I didn't get any.
Oh, you already did.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, peachy. All right. Well, obviously, defeating this thing is not hard. I just have to roll 1d6 and just straight up not get a 1.
Yeah.
Oh!
Snake.
You can reroll. You can reroll if you want, but I don't know.
But is
you
it
could just
worth
wait. But I don't know. Is it worth it? That's the question here.
I would rather take the chances of defeating this thing now.
Okay.
So yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna do this.
Roll again. Don't get 1. Good.
All
That's
right,
not
now
bad.
it's dead. Cool. So it's dead, and now I have to roll 2d6 to.
And you don't have a McBell.
And I don't have McBell. However, I do have recovery magic exactly once. So the recovery magic I can use to bring McBell back if I want. Like if my chances are remotely possible.
Look,
got
you
a
got
9.
it.
Yay!
You did it.
Yes!
I told you. Look
You
at
broke
that.
even on food.
Fuck you people! You tried to keep me down and you can't!
I don't know what you're saying. I said you would defeat it first try, and I was right.
I'm going.
Saba had a lot of confidence.
Saba, I need you to know I'm giving you this fucking red dragon. if I get the opportunity. Holy shit, it's 8 victory points.
Whoa.
Pretty
It is
impressive.
24 though. That's stronger than Fallen was.
You could give me the red dragon and I could probably kill it.
I don't want to talk to
Adrian,
you. So
tell me
for my-
once I have an encounter.
so-
You let me know if you want, and I'll give it to you. Okay?
So for my exploration, I am going to continue to not make progress, but I'm gonna do this. Adrian, does this
Oh.
look familiar?
He's
Oh,
gonna
are
spend
you
a
gonna catch
lot
up
of
in
his
items? You
money.
gonna buy
I'm
some-
gonna draw
some
them
swag?
one at a, I'm gonna draw them one at a time.
Like I did. That's fine.
All right, 1. Let's
Is it closed?
We're open.
This is a stupid item. All right, well, I mean, I get to keep that. Period. So I'm
It's
just gonna put it
closed?
here. It is closed.
Oh.
I'm gonna spend another 3.
Oh.
1,
He only get one
2.
more? Question mark.
3. Well, I can get more, but I would have to start replacing stuff.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So
Yeah,
probably
record
my
is gonna be
boiled,
full.
probably my boiled mimic. So for my second item, I get this.
Open or closed?
Oh. Huh. That is very interesting. I think if we're treating items as interrupts, I guess I can use this right now if I wanted.
I
Okay.
guess.
But do I want it? You know what? So this is closed again, by the way. So I'm gonna hold on to it, and I am in fact going to buy a third item.
Okay.
And then depending on how this goes, we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks, game. So I'm going to immediately use this item as opposed to discarding it.
Let's see
You
it.
just get stuff?
Return to the bottom of the deck, gain 4 money tokens, or at the end of the game, it's worth 4 victory points. I'm going to return it to the bottom, so I get 1, 2, 3, and then this 4th one is going to go over here for no particular reason. So that goes to the bottom. Thank you. I'm going to take this item card, return it to here, and I'm going to buy yet another. Literally all I wanted was any item to help me fucking cook. That's all I wanted.
That's funny.
I think I got all of them.
I think you did, and that's why I'm fucking upset.
What does this one say?
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Show us, Zach.
Yeah,
You know what? I will
us.
keep this. So I'm going to end up discarding my boiled mimic. I don't need that no more. And this is an opened item. It is just high quality equipment. Gives +2 to my combat prowess as a party.
I feel like that doesn't match
Okay.
the art style. Whatever. It's weirdly out of place.
Yeah, it seems kind of generic, not like from the manga, but that's fine.
And then,
All right.
did you expend the food from the thing to break even?
Did I expend the food from the thing to break even? Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because I believe I drew none.
Adrian, your turn.
Well, hang on. Zach has to redraw.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
event?
See if event.
Let's see.
You need one more.
Because I don't have any encounters again, so I'm gonna draw one.
Event?
Okay.
It's not an event.
Aw, okay, on Adrian.
Dude, I am so pissed.
Wait, did I get an event
Because-
last turn? Because I didn't draw it to 5.
Are you sure you didn't use
think-
something that happened after? I actually don't know.
I don't think I got an event. I think I'm missing a card.
Let me see.
Maybe you just didn't draw back up.
Let me search for events.
Because the last thing I did was this. Last thing I did was the 30.
The last event that's in the deck is the one that Saba got. That was like the sheep
Okay,
push.
so I forgot to redraw. My bad.
Yeah. So I'll you can redraw now. That's fine.
Okay, so now it's my turn. Okay.
Yep.
That was not an event to be clear.
You have nothing to
so it's gonna
encounter,
be-
so
Nothing
you
to
can
encounter, so
explore.
I might as well just explore. You know what? Let's see. You know what, Zach? You've inspired me. I'm going shopping too. And I would also
oh
like
How
to
much
my
money do you
god,
3.
he's gonna buy
So
one.
you're spending all of your money.
Might
You
as
may
well,
have
right?
to. I mean, they're all decent amount of like victory points, actually. So.
Yeah, all right. Hey,
Do you
Zach,
wanna
guess
get rid of
what? I'm
that?
discarding this.
Oh my god, did you get
Uh,
cooking thing?
Well, no, but I got something
Oh.
similarly good. Hey,
What the
look at
hell?
we match, Zach.
Dude, I'm so upset. By the way, these are both upper level, so I can flip these. There you go.
Yeah, you could just move that.
And then, so that was my explore, and I
Do you
do
have
have an
any-
encounter. And you know what? I'm taking on the red dragon. Give me that.
Heck
shit.
Holy
yeah.
shit, dude.
I just got
20?
How about to say,
I'm
of
feeling
all of us, you are definitely the most qualified to fight
Whoa,
this
that's
fucking
guy.
scary.
And then I
I don't know
rest.
what dungeon rabbits are like, but they're scary.
my
guy.
guys are
Have a
really
look at
good.
its back legs.
I know, he's scary.
It's as strong as Fallen was.
Literally, yes.
Oh my God.
both in
Oh.
universe and in game. That's crazy.
Oh, hang on, I got an event.
Oh, what is it?
Must exhaust
Must
one
exhaust one
locksmith.
locksmith ninja. If not possible, return 3 food tokens to the
Oh.
stock.
Sad.
Okay.
And so that person can also not be recovered because you did that during your rest phase. So that ninja cannot be recovered until next turn.
That's
Unless
fine.
you use restoration magic. But yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Wait, does restoration magic tap the caster?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's not worth it. Whatever.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
My
I don't even need my full
turn.
party.
Adrian, you're gonna fucking. This thing is only 1 power weaker than Thistle.
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell?
Yeah, Adrian's just gonna win, man. Okay,
Oh,
my
sorry.
turn. I'm gonna use everyone's like shopping and stuff. But I'm gonna do that.
Use this card when you are in the upper levels. You're not in the upper levels,
when
Saba.
to use this card when you are in the upper level, Zach. If you are in the lower, please continue reading.
can use it as is.
I don't understand what that
Oh,
means. I
okay.
think I
So
could just use
okay.
it.
So if you're in the
Yeah.
upper levels, you have to exhaust an extra person. But if you're
But
in
I
the
think
lower
here I
levels,
could
you
just
get
use
an
it.
item card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could just take this, right? One.
Yep, just one. If it says open, you have to reveal it. If it's closed, you can keep it face down in front of you.
No idea, but you guys are not allowed to look at it. It's just a weird guy, but whatever. I don't have anything, so there's nothing to do. I accept draw.
It's so crazy to me that Adrian fucking voluntarily took the red dragon on, and you're definitely gonna cook that shit
no.
too.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
I have
Oh,
an
yeah.
event. You must
The
exhaust
event!
one half
You must
foot.
exhaust one half foot. If you can't, discard all cards in your hand.
Wow.
Well, this.
So so Chilchuck is half foot, so you can exhaust him. Yeah, you're fine. Holy shit, you're lucky because does everybody have a half foot? Adrian
Only
doesn't
your
have a
parties
half
have a
foot.
half foot.
If Adrian got that
don't know what
event,
this
Adrian would just be
is.
fucked on his turn.
You're the only two parties that have a half foot. The other three don't. Or other two
Oh
don't.
wow.
No,
I
other
thought,
two don't.
oh right, they're gnomes, not halflings. That's
Luckily,
interesting.
I took that one. You're welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, you're all set.
Yeah, nothing else
Yeah,
to
that was
really do.
rest.
This
All right.
card is
well,
weird,
No,
but we'll
no
figure it out
monster,
later.
obviously, as you can see.
What can you do?
Mhm.
You're gonna gain
I
2
mean-
supply?
You could start making progress to Thistle.
20. Just make it. I'm gonna
Slow and
begin the
steady.
long. I'm gonna begin the long march to Thistle. I think is what's gonna. Because the thing is that I've been thinking about resupplying for a while because I don't have any monster encounters. But at the same time, the cards that I have in my hand are like pretty okay. So I'm like, all right.
Oh, maybe
no
discarding
encounter
something
card.
would be nice.
So
but
now
I
I'm just
guess
gonna
I would just
redraw.
wait.
That was my whole ass turn.
You just marched ahead. Didn't really have to deal with anything.
Oh, event card.
Let's
you must
see it!
exhaust one.
Now pull it out!
You must exhaust one locksmith. If you cannot, choose 2 of your own characters and put them into exhaustion. Do I have a locksmith? I do. It's McBell, right?
McBell.
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 All right. I'll exhaust McBell.
McBell is-
Okay.
That's my first event, by the way.
I like that McBell is just worst Chilchuck.
Okay, Adrian!
Well, it starts with more stuff.
Fight it! Fight it! Fight it!
I'm about to say, go for it, my guy.
All right, so let's do some math here. Okay, so what are my
You have
static
1d
bonuses? 2, 3.
You have 1d6. 3.
Honestly, you probably just need to exhaust 2 people, I think, right? Just her.
All right, I am gonna exhaust
then
the
one-
magic just to be safe.
You have 5. You have 1d6 plus 5. Period.
He now has 4D and 5D and 5 plus 5. He's got 5D plus 5.
Hold on. What's it? So sorry. What's your flat bonus? So these are both just
3,
dice because you used magic with her, right?
60 plus
Yeah.
10 plus 9 plus 9. 60 plus 9.
So this
Stop,
is
stop just saying a bunch of numbers.
No!
2, 3,
2,
3
4,
plus 2 is 5.
6.
Plus 4 is 9. Plus, and then it's just the D.
and then my dice
69.
are.
So Saba was correct. It was
Yeah.
9.
I'm not just saying random
2,
numbers. I mean,
But Saba, you were just saying a bunch of
1,
numbers in a row while we were trying to count as well.
nah, man, you just let me go off and I'll get you your correct numbers at the
So
end of my
that's-
rambling.
60.
I don't know about this probability stuff, so I can't help you with that. Yeah, 69 plus
average
9.
is 6
2 is
is
4 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. Yeah.
So I should average around 27.
You
Okay,
got it.
that
Let's
sounds
go. And you have to re-roll if you need it, but
And that's my. Also, I have hit the dice cap.
Oh, you have. You literally can't get any more than that.
So yeah, let's see it. Huh. 15 plus 9 is 24 exactly.
Holy shit, he did it!
Yay! You
All right,
probably have to
so
discard
you did
something,
that.
but
What's your
should
cooking
we?
prowess? Your cooking prowess is 4, right?
Oh,
It's
that
not
is
bad.
true.
Because it's plus 1, and then plus 2 for her.
2
So
plus
you just
4.
go on 2d6. You need 6. 6 on
That's-
2d6.
That's not unlikely. Okay, so these guys are all tapped first of all.
If
hang
you
on.
succeed, this thing is worth so goddamn much.
And I
It's-
have my rogue to. I also have my rogue to reroll if I need to as well.
That is true. That is very true.
7.
He's a
I need it.
You need the
All right.
reroll.
So you do have to get rid of something. I would obviously recommend one of your like upper level foods.
You could probably just get rid of
Red
this guy,
dragon
right?
meal.
Red
Hang on.
dragon.
Which one do I want more? The stuff. Hang on. What do these represent?
One of them. So, Adrian, if you flip it back over, one of them has more food than the other. And that's a way that in the booklet, that's a way that you can break ties.
Gotcha. I'll get rid of this guy then.
I figured, yeah.
Plus
Okay.
that one's the one that gave you the money. So yeah, dude. That 8 points is crazy.
All right. So that's my red dragon meal, and
You can
also
do exhaust, or explore rather.
I
Oh,
do get to
and you
explore.
get 5.
Yeah.
You sure he shouldn't just do? He could just click 5 on here and then drag
Well,
it out.
I
of
might
his-
end up
into his
running
hand.
into something later.
He could
But anyway.
take it out of his hand.
I'll do it at the end of my turn. Okay, so then I explore. What the hell does this say?
I can't believe you fought the red dragon and then earned one food. That's so, dude. Your items were so fucking lucky. God damn it.
You did great.
Okay, well, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a free item.
Take it.
It could be good. Let's see.
Open
If it's
close.
worth 3 or more, you might want to replace your ogre meal.
I'm just gonna take 3 gold coins.
Sure. So flip that.
Does this go on the bottom, or does this discard?
So this goes, and then we put it like that.
Okay, so that
Encounter?
was my encounter, and then I didn't have an encounter, so I was gonna explore.
Oh.
Then I rest. I'm gonna spend 4 of these to get my guys back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go back over here. These are all refreshed now. And then I draw
drop.
for events. I did not get an event.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it's Sava's turn.
So nothing to battle.
Fucking- I defeated Fallen, but then like 2 minutes later, the fucking ninja clan or whatever defeated the red dragon, and I'm like, fucking what?
So I have 40%. I just gotta get rid of another one of these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can't do anything, so I just have to drop to 2. Can't wait for this to. Oh wait, hold. Can I use? I want to use a thing. I'm not looking at my stuff. Can I use a thing to get my guy back? Okay, now I'm gonna look at the thing. Okay, nice. Okay.
You're done?
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, mine's just very
Great.
uneventful.
Well, of course, no monster for me either, so I'm just gonna go. I just got another clean 20. That's it. No encounter. I'm gonna expend 1 food to get McBell back. Thank you, McBell. And then I redraw.
Event? Event? Question mark?
No event.
Oh, okay. Back to Adrian.
Already?
Yep.
Okay, well, no battle, so I will explore, and I will gain 2 money tokens. Take a little bit slow.
The red dragon was immediately at the staircase. I walked past it, and then you fought it.
Okay.
So that's my explore encounter. What's the next side? Dungeon Rabbit.
You
Give
want
me.
it? Yeah.
It's mine.
That thing.
All right. And then that was my encounter. Then I rest. Draw back to 5. No event. That's my turn.
So wait, for encountering like these characters, right? Does it matter who starts off the encounter or only who wins the encounter?
So the person who gets to 100 first, essentially, they get the monster in their like dungeon, meaning that you cannot give them any more. Players who are at 100, but not the first person to 100, can still fight it, but not if they have a monster already in their dungeon in front of them.
So there really isn't any like true benefit as long as you don't have a monster. in
No, the
front of you.
benefit is that you always have the option of fighting the boss. Because
So-
like, let's say you got to 100 first, and you get Thistle, right? And then I get to 100, but Adrian puts the dungeon rabbit in front of me. I have to kill the dungeon rabbit before I can fight your guy.
So you have to get to 100 and then take 1 turn before you can fight the person.
Yeah, because
in the
exploration is after
dungeon.
fighting.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
God, I love Shuro. Hang on. I'm gonna. I need to get this reference art out here.
Okay. Whose turn is it? I don't. Did we finish? Did you finish, Adrian? Right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
It's my
true.
turn. Okay. Well, I have nothing to fight, so I'm just gonna explore for 30.
What the? It's just 30? What the
It's just-
hell?
it's
All
just-
my 30s I have to do shit for.
And then I don't have an encounter, so I just have to freaking draw on 1 card. Okay.
You're done?
Yeah, there's nothing.
No monster for moi, so I'm just going to... I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to do this guy. Exhaust 1 warrior in order to gain 30.
Uh-huh.
I guess both of these are exactly the same, so I'll just exhaust you again. So I'm at
Yes,
70,
6.
same as Saba.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? Encounter? I do have an encounter.
Okay.
You know what would be interesting?
Give it to yourself.
Genuinely? Kinda.
Why not?
Because fighting it is not that hard, but then it's cooking it that's the fucking problem. Like every
Zach,
time.
last time you got an 8, you beat it, like, easily. I think you got it.
What's Saba's combat prowess?
Meh.
It's not super high, right?
Yeah, I don't really have... I didn't get any bonuses from anything.
Because I'm thinking about it, and it's like, it's 18, which is kind of high, but then you
Kinda.
can easily cook this shit, and you only have 3 items in your inventory.
Yeah, it's not great.
So, I mean, like, giving this to you would probably just benefit you mostly.
Maybe,
And
yeah.
again, it's like, it's so hard for me to fucking cook this thing.
I don't know.
And then obviously Adrian has the dungeon rabbit, so I can't fuck with him.
It's true.
It's really, do I want this or do I want Saba to have?
I mean... I don't know, actually.
I already got a bunch of stuff, is the thing.
You do.
Because, like, I guess my thing is that, like, I'm pretty confident.
I'm just
that
waiting
Saba's
for him
gonna
to
get
give it to me
100%
and
next
to
turn,
escape.
Because she had her early 40, and she just needs another 30 in order to get her there.
Sorry, I
and there's a
went
lot
insane.
of those in the deck. So the off chance that Saba fucking doesn't defeat the Hippogriff, it means that I get to get I get to get Thistle instead, which could be cool, I think. So yeah, I guess I'll put it in front of Saba.
How do you know when the card's an interrupt card?
In your hand?
Yeah.
I don't think there are any.
Can you let me know what blue banners mean?
I don't actually know. Let me see.
Please let me know. Because it may be important to this. It may be important to this.
What do you mean blue banner?
Escape cards can be
Yeah.
used in the combat action.
Okay, so
you
when I
use
first
that
battle.
instead of combat.
Okay, we're good then.
Okay, so Saba essentially has a get out of jail free card. And I just gave her a Hippogriff. Great, fantastic. At least you can't cook it, or at least I assume you can't cook it.
No, I don't think I get the benefit of cooking it. I'll let you know. You'll see the card in a sec. So,
All right.
The card is
Adrian.
kill Zach. Hello. It's my
Card is
turn.
kill Zach. Well, I get to redraw.
Oh yeah,
All
event.
right. Event.
No event.
Oh, bummer, boo.
Battle. All right. Let's see it.
Commence the battle.
20. Okay, so where are we going against Shuro? If I use Shuro, I get
Who's
up to
underneath
9, right?
this?
It was Shuro plus.
Oh,
the
so some are
mag-
actually
It was Shuro
not
plus
great.
magic.
Okay.
Well, no. As far as flat modifier, Shuro gets me up to +9.
Because
Well,
it's
go ahead and do that math.
Correct. That is a +9.
That's
So that means you
9,
have to roll at 11 or higher on what? 2d6.
1d6. Okay, 2d6. Implausible. Not impossible though. But hang on. So it's 2d6, 4d6. What's 4d6?
I would literally just put
4.
the fucking ogre in there.
That's what I'm thinking of. Hang on. 2d4. No, d4. I'm so confused. I'm used to the nomenclature of 1d6 and not 1d, even though all the dice are
Exactly.
So okay, so hang on.
So this would be 4. It would be you need 11 on 4d6, which is much more likely.
46, average is 24, or max 24, average 12. So this is statistically likely if I do these two.
And that's only 2 people, plus you get 4 food and 5 victory points for this. I think
I get 4 food, so you know what? Just to be safe about it, I'll throw in.
Why not? Well, instead of putting the person in for an extra die, why not just use it for the reroll, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, well, in that case, I'll rely on him. Okay, so I got 46. Need to roll 11.
You got it.
I did not.
Get it.
Nice.
So you can do
spend
you have a
hand.
1 on there?
Yeah,
You
1
do.
and 2.
You can re-roll the 1 first.
I mean, I reroll.
Oh, you're using 2 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
This is still not 11.
Can I reroll 1 again with Benishi Dori?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm
This
about
would
to
be
break
all of
even,
your
so That's
food.
fine.
Oh my god, you didn't beat it. Oh my
You gotta
god.
be shitting me, dude.
Oh my god.
This creature fucking whooped your ass.
How the mighty have fallen. Hey, you know what? Dungeon rabbits, they really are dangerous as shit.
They really are. That's why Elias has his stupid armor. Oh, you warped the positioning of all your people. All right. Well,
Can't
in
explore,
that
right?
store, hey, at least you have enough food to handle all of them.
Yeah? Okay, well, I can't explore because I have to beat this thing first, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you have an
Just move on
encounter?
to encounter if you have any.
Yeah, and
Give
do
the
I wanna
encounter
give
to Zach.
tentacles?
I can't give it to me. You have to give it to him.
Oh,
That
that's
is true. I'm the only person if you're giving it to anybody.
Give it to him. Go, do it.
Yeah, why not? I'll give it to Zach. Here you go, bud.
All right, I'll take the tentacles.
Oh, oops, there you go.
And the next one is an Undine.
That counts as lower floors? Okay. Fair enough. And then I rest.
Draw
That was
one.
quite unlucky.
Unless
That was
you know,
very
where do your
unlucky.
people
You
as
literally
well.
missed it by 1 like 4 times or 3 times in
Yeah.
a row. That's really unfortunate.
I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to underestimate the dungeon rabbits again. And then I roll for events.
Oh,
That's almost exactly like how it was in the manga too, right? Where it's like, oh, it's just a rabbit,
He's
and then they start
living
fucking
it.
hopping around everywhere, fucking slicing your head off, and you're like, what the hell?
All right, that's my turn. I've lost all my food.
okay. Did you pull, right? You got no event. Okay.
I did pull no events.
All right, so here's my escape. Right? So we just take this, put this at the bottom of the monster deck,
Oh, sorry.
and that's it, right? That's just it. So that's
Correct.
that.
That counts as you completing your encounter, so you can still explore.
Yeah. So I have to tap my little guy, and then I'll get another 30, so
So Saba's at
I'm at
100.
100.
She gets Thistle.
yeah. And now I can... I don't have an encounter, so I could just rest and get my guy back.
Did
That's
you
it,
expend
right?
the food?
Yeah, I'm putting it back.
Okay.
That's it! That's it for
Don't forget to
me.
redraw.
Oh, yeah, you're right! 2!
Event?
Nope.
Uh,
Yeah, it's boring here.
all right, Zach, yoy toin.
So I have a +5 by default because of the high quality equipment plus Kabru. So if I do that, then I need a 5 or higher, which is kind of nuts, obviously. So I'm not going to do that. I mean, this bitch has 2 magic left, and the game is coming to a close. That's 3d6. I need a 5 on 3d6. That's like pretty likely. That's like very likely.
Once you encounter like one of these guys, right? You can't explore anymore, right?
What do you mean?
So these bosses, because they're act the same as just regular monsters.
You need
right?
to defeat that boss in order to continue exploring.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, no, if you defeat that boss, the game ends, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
that's...
that is true.
Yeah.
That is correct. That is how that works.
So do you guys, if you guys want, at least for Thistle, do you guys want to like let exploration stuff happen as long as like there's other things associated with it?
No.
So like
That's
you
not how the game
still fight, but if you like lose, like if there's like a thing where it's like just gain
You're
one
saying that
food.
because you're thinking about using other exploration that don't have numbers on them. That's not how the game
No,
works,
not
so
no, like there's numbers on them, but it just says like, oh, you gain one food token.
Then no, because once again, you have to defeat. the
Whatever,
thing in front of you
Zach.
in order to be
Okay,
able to
well
do
it'll
the
just
thing.
finish
Rushed
the
into the
game.
boss unprepared.
I was like, you rushed into the boss fight. You should have thought about that.
I guess if someone takes the card, then that's like that, right? Then you could just explore more because the monster's not in front of you.
The boss monster will never leave your dungeon until it's defeated.
Yeah, it's glued to you now.
Oh,
Correct.
that's cool.
I mean, we can fight it,
Gotcha.
but it'll still be. It's glued to you, so we're just gonna try to kill it off you, and then the game would end.
That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Well, I guess I
I'm
could
gonna
just
do
do Marcel and then like deploy everyone because I can just get everyone back.
You're definitely gonna want to deploy everyone.
Yeah.
I would say keep Chilchuck for like emergencies, but yeah, you're gonna want to do that. All right, what am I doing? So I'm gonna do. Okay, so I need I need 5 on 3d6.
So that, it was my bad. I should have used
I
this
got it by
treasure
default.
trove
Great.
first
So I kill this
because
thing.
I totally
Now
forgot. I was
just need to
so
get a-
insistent
now I
on
need
just
to get a
getting there
10 or
fast
more on
that I
fucking
forgot
2d6.
that
That's
Zach
easy.
has something in front of him.
Watch this. Oh, I got an 8. Damn it.
Dang it. So that's my bad.
All right, well, it's dead
Who knows?
anyway.
Maybe I can win. But I don't really have a lot of stuff, so.
There we go. All right, I now am allowed to explore. Oh, I gotta remember she's exhausted right now. Now I get to explore. I'm going to exhaust McBell.
Oh no,
and
but I forgot.
also complete my
Cooking
thing.
is
So I'm
not.
at-
Oh, okay. So
I
this
am
doesn't
at
matter.
100
Actually,
as
maybe
well.
best that I get this. I got this first.
There we
There's
go.
a Russian for the Mad Mage.
I need
Well, that's
to
because
fucking kill
that's
this thing
because
before Saba does.
Zach is fast, so I gotta like. This is my only chance to get some cool points.
I've just been taking my time and I'm chilling, so we'll see how that pans out in
doing
the
great.
end, I guess.
What
Also,
happened
Zach-
to my? What happened to my? Wait, what happened to my 4th food token?
I don't know.
I haven't touched any of your food tokens.
I haven't touched any of
Well,
your stuff.
I
either.
trust that no one's touched my food tokens, but
Lost
not
or
in
stolen,
here.
probably.
Are you sure you
Also,
didn't
Zach
use
has two
one on
mystery
something?
items, and I'm scared of them.
you don't know what those are. You don't get to know what those are.
They both say if you reveal this to other players, you lose one of your partners.
You die.
I'm
Reveal
actually
as
going
you
to
die.
undo my turn. I apologize. I thought, what did I have that had 4? I'm gonna end up using this escape for the tentacles, so I get to keep these people. I thought I had 4 food tokens for some reason, but clearly I only have 3, so I don't know what that's about.
You're looking at someone else's food token total?
Potentially. Sorry, give me 1 second. Someone just texted me.
I do have 5.
And I have 0.
You had a lot of food, which is crazy. All
I
right.
did too, until this dungeon rabbit kicked my ass.
Oh my
It's like, kick my
gosh.
ass. All right. 4 encounters. The
I
only
actually think
person I
your
could
rerolls
do
may
is
be
myself,
nicer.
but I clearly don't want to do that because I want to fight Thistle before Saba does. So I'm going to
Do
just
you have to
immediately move on
use,
to the resting phase.
Do you have to use encounters or can you pass it?
You're allowed to pass on encounters.
cool,
if you
okay.
want. So I'm gonna use 2 food
You
tokens
just look
to
the other
refresh
way.
those peoples.
You're like, oh.
So there we go. And then I'm gonna redraw. Please,
Event?
please don't be
Event?
Don't be an event.
There's an event that kills all your party members.
Oh, there's an event.
Oh, what does it
Oh.
say? Is it good or
Is it
bad?
good? Maybe it's good.
I have no idea. If you are already in a monster encounter, return this card to the dungeon deck and shuffle it.
Oh,
You must return 2 coin tokens to the stock. If you can't do that, you encounter a vicious corpse collector with combat value 12 and reward defeat gain 2 coins.
Well,
Do I have 2 coins? I do.
You do.
Holy shit! I get
Nice.
to.
You
I
get to
I
pay
get
them
to
off.
skip this. Holy cow! That was so scary.
Alrighty. That's your
Adrian,
events.
you
That's
got
my turn
it.
now.
Correct.
Alright, rematch time, baby. Round 2.
I didn't get that much. 'cause
Fucking
These
whoop
guys are
this thing's
small
ass,
people.
dude.
Okay, I'm not gonna mess around. I'm gonna spend one of my.
I would
hero's
like to
magics.
reiterate, by the way, that it's entirely possible that Adrian still wins this because it's
Don't
not
get
about
it,
who defeats the
Adrian.
boss; it's about victory points.
Okay, so that is 9 plus 5d6 this time.
Did you expend a magic?
I did,
Okay.
and I have rogues on standby. So
Well, the thing
I
is,
swear to
Adrian's
God.
also only at 10, so that's crazy. So if both you and
I'm
I exhaust
slow.
our people fully, Zach, we can't re-health our people.
15. I killed the shit out of this guy.
Now you gotta try
do
to
you
cook it.
win cooking automatically?
Your
or...
cooking power is 4. You just need 4 or higher on 2d6.
Doable. Let's see it.
You get
I
it.
did it.
So you get.
I'm
4
assuming
food
you want to get
tokens,
rid of
and I would definitely
this,
replace
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna replace that.
Where does this go?
that. You flip it.
Oh.
Sorry. You flip it and then you put it at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Encounter? Explore? You have to explore because
I
you
have to
beat
explore.
you
What do I
beat the
wanna
hell out
explore
of that guy.
I get 4 food tokens, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I make a little bit of profit on that. Okay.
Oh, Saba, asking you because I wanted to make sure you remember this. So you asked if you could keep using exploration even if you have a monster thing. Obviously, that's not the case. But remember, you don't always have to battle. You could also resupply, which gives you 2 food tokens.
Oh, okay, because that's what I was like.
Yeah.
What happens if you
I
can't
just
fight
now,
it
I just
anymore?
now put together
Why
you
I'm
were getting
asking?
huffy when I was telling
Yeah.
you that. Yeah, because you forgot that you can resupply. Yeah.
Yes, it's either or. Okay.
Trade
Gotcha.
time.
Adrian, why?
I don't. You guys deal with. Hey, listen. I killed a red dragon and those terrifying rabbits.
Return 2 coins. Put 1 magician magic token on it.
So I'm doing that because I just spent a magic.
I'm about to say you should do that and then also buy an item and replace that mithril blade.
I mean, that's the plan. We'll see if it's a good item or not.
That mithril weapon is insane, though.
Well, you know what? I spent 3 gold on the item, and then I used this and I got 4 gold back, so I actually profited off that.
Wow.
Wait, oh, because this was what you just picked up?
Yeah.
Sure. That is silly though, that like in the context of the game, they sold you treasure and then you turned around and
I bought some treasure off some rubes who did not know how valuable it was.
And you're like, holy shit, do you know what this is? And they're like, no, what?
And I'm like, it's pebbles, give it to me for change. Alright. And then I rest, so I'm gonna spend 3 of my food so I can restore my guys. Also, I get my magic back because I bought it back.
I'm sorry. This guy
Saba,
is
set your thing to 90 degrees. It'll be much easier, I promise.
But I like scrolling more.
And an event?
Wait, you use your mouse?
No event.
Yeah, I could scroll.
You don't press Q and
No, I could just scroll.
That is my turn.
All right, Saba.
Let's fight
You
this.
you best
Let's
defeat
fight
this
her.
goal or else I'm gonna whoop its ass.
Okay,
End the game,
I should
Saba.
probably use. What is
You
it?
should probably use everybody but Chilchuck and then expend
that!
her final
Grab
magic.
that! Grab it! Okay, thank you. So this.
All together, this is 4d6,
3.
5d6, 6. So you're rolling all 6 of your d6, and then you're adding 3, 5, 7. So your
Okay.
actual objective. So on 66, you need 18 or higher in order to defeat Thistle.
25 is exactly your average.
Okay.
So she has to roll really bad to not succeed. She
That's
got
pretty
it.
good. I got it!
All right,
You did
the game immediately.
Oh.
ends. So here you go, Saba. This is
And you
your
cook
proof.
this. No.
Well, it's your proof of boss, right? Because they don't give you the
I
actual
bossed!
artwork. All right. So now we
I'm
do
gonna have-
final scoring.
I don't think this gets anything, but I think you should look at this act to tell me, like, what this is. Like, the books.
That's 5 victory points, period.
The ceiling
If you
books.
ha-
What is the ceiling books?
At the end of the game, you gain 5 victory points for this card. This card becomes 10. So this is already worth 5. And then
Yeah,
there's
can
an
you
item
show
called,
me?
which is like it's like the Mad Mage's item. I think it's in here.
Maybe I can search it.
It's right here.
Oh, did you pull it out?
Yeah. So these
Oh,
are
so
the
it is
books
another
that...
item. Okay.
Correct.
That makes sense then.
Yeah. So it's just
Gotcha.
like if you get the pair, you get the thing. So so would you like to see what my secret
Yeah, what
super
were your secret
items were?
items?
Yeah, super.
So my secret items were 2 treasure chests, which allow me to roll for their value.
Oh my god! See, Adrian. If I didn't kill her before Zach got to her, he would have had so many dice to roll. Would have been crazy.
I would have had literally more than I could. I would have to keep rolling.
I don't think I'm gonna win, but I think my party had a pretty chill time
I
in the
liked your
dungeon.
party the most.
Your
It was
party
great.
literally just had a fun time. All right.
You guys were trying to like
We got
go for ambitious
11,
things. I guess we're just steadily
12,
making it through.
13, 14,
We're
15.
counting victory
I have
points,
a
yeah.
really low.
I actually only got
5,
16, which is not very
6,
good.
7,
Wait, didn't you roll,
8,
roll
9,
dice or
10.
something?
I just did. I got 11. It's these guys
Okay.
over here.
So this is, sorry, this is 10 right here, and then I roll 3. Cool.
I got 23.
I got 13 here, so I also
Plus
have
10, you got
23.
23.
What? We both got 23.
Wait, so you both got 23?
Yo,
Wait, what was mine?
Adrian, we
got 11, 12,
tied.
13, 14, 15. So you both tied for first, and I lost.
Wow. Did you do
I
the
lost,
tiebreaker stuff?
I lost because I couldn't fucking cook anything. I can't believe that's how that ended up working. That's
Yay,
crazy.
Adrian, we both won. I thought I was gonna
Yay.
lose really because I
thought-
only
wait, Zach,
had.
didn't you,
Hold on.
You said
Hold
there were
on.
tiebreaker stuff, yeah?
The tiebreaker stuff would be the value of
Oh,
not
Adrian
value,
wins.
the-
Adrian wins then, 100%.
Because
Because of
it
the
would
food.
be the amount of food you get from your cooking. So Adrian does in fact actually win.
Hey!
Does it count with what you still have, or is it simply the cooking?
No, it's
value?
it's what you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea that we both won. That would be pretty fun. Adrian
party
kind of
didn't even kill
cruised,
either
and
of the four
I killed the
bosses. We
boss.
just did, my party had the secret like ultra bosses that are
Your party
optional.
just so happened to buy all of Sentry's equipment early. Is what happened.
Our party did the optional ultra boss. We guys took the main.
I'm about to
boss.
say you fucking obliterated the red dragon. Like that
was
cool.
great.
And I cannot understate this. Also, the dungeon rabbits.
I mean that is
Yeah.
true. Super congratulations to both of you. Like genuinely,
That was
I did
fun.
not expect that not having the ability to cook was going to be like that detrimental to me. Like I literally just couldn't benefit from most monsters. Monsters were literally just a hindrance to me, not an opportunity. Which
I
is
will
like
say,
really interesting.
I still think it was probably because I was questioning. I was like, okay, should I have rushed? But then, like, you instantly defeated that other guy, and now that I'm like, if I did not win the boss, then me and
if
Adrian.
you did not defeat Thistle there, I absolutely would have. But congratulations on getting.
So it's also like it's almost like I because I didn't fight anything from this. I think the lower level, which caused me to have really low cards. So I was like, here, Adrian, on a silver platter, here's the victory for you.
Yeah.
On a dungeon meshy platter. There you go.
I think it's really fun how you can choose who gets the encounter next if you have the card. Because I really like being like, give me the red dragon, I'll take it. Give me the dungeon rabbits,
I didn't realize that was like a whole like idea behind, because that's not because they just don't tell you, I guess. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, are you supposed to technically have card sleeves for these like cards, like in Magic the Gathering? Because Magic the Gathering had double printed cards, and those were only legal if your entire deck was like sleeved. So I was like, okay, I guess that's how this works. But actually, knowing what monster is coming up and then choosing who gets to fight it is really.
I thought you
interesting.
said you needed to randomize it though at the beginning, if I'm remembering.
Well,
right.
once again, this is literally my first time ever playing, and that was my assumption. Because my assumption was that, in real life, you would have to sleeve these. But in actuality, I guess you don't. I guess you just know what's coming up.
You just look at it.
Yeah.
Because the way that I thought that it was I thought it was play the monster encounter, you draw the card, and then you decide who to give it to, including yourself. Like, that's what I thought it was. But regardless, I would actually, like, if we can play this again with Grant, I would love to do this with drafting. I think that would be I think that would be really interesting. The way that it works is that with drafting, you take all the characters, including Fallen, shuffle them together, and then deal. For us, it would be 4
Oh,
players.
you
deal
just
5 to each person,
random.
and then you
Ooh.
just sushi go, where you pick one person from your hand, put it down face down in front of you, and then pass your hand to the person on your left. Repeat until you have all 5 characters, and then flip, and then that becomes your party.
I will say,
cool.
I think that I do think that having few characters with
style
higher
to
power is more
it.
valuable than having a mob of characters. Because I feel like Shuro is worth more than the sum of Daya and Kuro, for example.
I certainly agree, considering that it takes 2 food to like recover them or whatever. Like, I feel like my I think the thing that like my team had as like an advantage, quote unquote, was that I had like multiple magic people. But then again, so don't the canaries. So
The canaries are almost entirely magic.
exactly,
Yeah.
except for this furry that's on top right now. But but yeah, I don't know. I thought that was great. So
yeah.
this game, you can see it. Let me see if I can get the name. It's like the second to last page on this thing. Yeah. So there was a game that came out in 1988 in Japan called Monster Maker, which was apparently like an enormous phenomenon. And that was essentially this game. Like, this game is just a reskin of the original Monster Maker. And at the end of this book, they say, like, hey, if you're interested, check out the original Monster Maker. And I did. I looked it up yesterday. First off, not in English, so obviously I'm not going to be able to get it in real life. But that motherfucker had like 40 expansions, where every single expansion was like new items, new monster, new characters. And I was like, dude, this is like the OG Red Dragon Inn. It was so cool.
It's the Japanese Red Dragon Inn. Also, it does say that I don't know about the rules in the other one, but it does say that the original was more simple, but I assume the expansions probably put it on par or more complicated.
I think that in the original, cooking the monsters was not necessarily a thing. I think you just got rewards.
It says the original didn't have cooking or recovery magic.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so that was the game. We have about 45 minutes left, which I think puts us in perfect avenue to do the second thing that I had planned for today's stream. So everybody just chill out. It is not going to be in Tabletop Simulator. I will be streaming in a second. Saba, I will not be streaming this via Parsec because it's just a website.
So I'll get off of, what is it, Tabletop then.
We're going into just chatting.
Okay. That was fun. I like that. I really liked that artwork.
That was a really fun game.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that way more than I like anticipated that I would, I guess.
Were you thinking it'd be another Red? Oh, I was about to draw Shuro getting his ass kicked by a dungeon rabbit. Oh.
I thought that it was going to be a little bit more frustrating than that because of the placing the monster thing. And there was definitely a moment in there where I wanted to kill Saba in real life because I was like, you motherfucker, I'm so fucking close. But at the same time, because it's like I knew that I needed like the boss in order to be able to have like even a remote chance. But at the same time, it's not like Saba did anything to like fuck me over. It was literally just like that's just how the
and technically
how, like,
you messed yourself up, at least with the food, because the griffin you gave me was less difficult than the tentacles you ended up
It
getting.
didn't matter what I gave you because you just so happened to have the escape card in your hand, Saba.
If
you
no,
didn't
no.
have the escape. If you
It's
didn't
true,
have the
it's
escape
true,
card
but you
in
would
your
have
hand, you would have had to have fought it, and then you would have got Thistle anyway. But the way that I was thinking about it was that on the off chance that you rolled like dog shit and didn't defeat the Griffin, that was literally the only chance that I could get the Griffin before you. But then you just drew an
Thistle
escape card, and then I drew an escape card right after.
Yeah.
Like literally the next draw, I got the other one. All right. I'm going to stream to you guys. What the hell? That's the wrong page, my guy. What the fuck? There we go. Let's try this. How's that? There you go. All right, streaming to you guys. This one is also very Adrian and Zach coded, but I'm hoping that we can have fun in general. This is a tier list that I've been wanting to do for a while now.
Oh boy, let's see it.
Oh my god, I hear your music too. Can you? Oh no, I don't know if I can.
I haven't these.
What's the problem?
Zach, is there any way I don't listen to your music, by the way? Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, Zach, can you solve my problem?
No, I totally forgot I could mute yeah, your thing. That's perfect because this
Alright,
doesn't actually
so-
require any sound. Perfect. Thank you.
So I figured that this would be kind of a fun thing to do. So the tier list is ranking Dimension 20 campaigns, like Dimension 20 seasons. I have the original list was alphabetical order. I reorganized these into their chronological order, in the order in which they were in which they aired. And so for posterity, for anybody who's watching this that doesn't know what a tier list is, welcome to the internet. I'm not going to explain it to you. The only thing I wanted to say, so obviously this is mostly going to be Adrian and myself.
I'll just be here, I guess.
The way that, like, I still want Saba's opinion because I know that you watched 3 entire seasons, so like that's still obviously very, very much like valid. But the way that I was thinking that this would work, there are definitely some seasons that Adrian is going to like more than me, and so I'm hoping that we can together come to like a middle ground, roughly. And then, as you can see below F, not necessarily because they're inherently bad, I did have a special category for the COVID era stuff, because I do feel like under most circumstances, the COVID era stuff was worse, but not necessarily their fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the atmosphere wasn't there because they were literally not in the room together.
They were literally not there physically.
Not in the dome.
They're not under the dome.
Well,
All right.
I was in the dome for one of them.
So for the first one, Fantasy High, freshman year.
I gotta give it an A at least.
I was gonna say definitely not less than A. I'm almost tempted to give it an S. Because
it depends. Did you guys like?
There is very. Sorry, Saba?
Did you guys like any of the future years better than the first season?
I did.
Okay,
so
maybe not.
Well, so this is what I was gonna say. Adrian liked sophomore year better. I disliked sophomore year better, or disliked it worse. Whatever phrasing.
I don't know.
Like,
I like
I'm
sophomore
trying to
year
think.
a little better.
There is
I think,
very few things from freshman year that I disliked. Especially, it's also free.
You didn't have Gleer.
Oh, I didn't know that was a consideration.
You didn't have Gleer sophomore year though.
We did.
That is true. But
no,
but
so
that's
Gleer moment.
That's not a detriment on freshman year. That's a benefit of sophomore year. You know.
Okay.
Gleer's been in all 3 seasons.
No, I know, but the Gleer moment in sophomore year it's like.
So how do you guys feel about
crazy good? I like it.
I would say either, because my range for what I think acceptable is like low S to mid A. Those are the.
So by the way, since there's so few things on this list, we are going to go back and rank them in their rankings as well.
Okay, in that case, I'm fine with freshman year being an S. It is also the original. It made the mold.
It's the George Washington of this. Like, it might have problems, but you kind of give it a little bit of a pass because it was number 1. You know?
Yeah.
Honestly, my comparison is, even though I don't think it's any worse than season 2. I just think some things in season 2 I liked a little better. So it's not, like you said, it's not really a detriment.
And we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So obviously Saba has not seen Escape from Blood Keep, but just to kind of fill you in, Escape from Blood Keep is essentially just Lord of the Rings, but it was very short.
You escaped the tower instead of going to the tower.
The idea was that the players were playing as the evil advisors to Sauron, essentially, and Sauron gets defeated. So now it's like, okay, well, what do we do? Because they are in fact evil bad guys, and I thought it was great.
I would say Bloodkeep. I liked Bloodkeep, but I didn't like. I think it's mid A to mid B for me.
Why mid B?
I think it's just because like it was a little bit stilted with some of the new players at times, but like I don't think it was bad at all. I think
I'm just thinking about the highs. You know what I mean?
The highs are really great.
Like all this stuff with Leland, all this stuff with I forget what Reika's character was named, but that was all great. A lot of the stuff with like the Spider Kids was fun. You know, like that. Yeah. Like genuinely, I think that might be my favorite time of what's their name? Erica. I think this might be my favorite instance of Erica being on there as well.
Really? Okay.
I think so. I'm trying to think of others, and it's hard for me to think. I don't know. I'm not a big Reika fan. Or sorry, not Reika. Fucking Erica. I keep saying Reika. But
I see,
anywho,
I see.
I want to say A. I think that it's really good.
I think it's good too.
I think it's also good. All right, Unsleeping City. Obviously, I want to put it in S because once again, it's also
no.
free.
That's why I
No.
would say I like high A to maybe lower S. I would say
I
Fantasy
think
High is
Unsleeping
higher to me.
City. I think Unsleeping City is like. Yeah, Unsleeping City has really high highs and like meh for me on the low. So like I would say anywhere. I have a wide. I would be fine with anywhere from A to C, honestly.
Whoa.
What the hell? Okay.
I think by virtue
Well,
that means you have to
look,
put it in A at least.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Well, because it's just like the whole thing with Unsleeping City is that I just really like the magical otherworld as like a narrative aesthetic. You know what I mean? The idea, like as a person who grew up in New England once again,
I think that's
the idea of like New York has this like magical otherworld that has all this stuff in it. And it's not necessarily like every reference is so like heavy-handed, but clearly it did well. I'm okay to put that. Like, if this is an A, I won't be putting it any lower than highest in A, in my opinion.
Like here's the
high
thing,
A.
right? Obviously, Unsleeping City's plot doesn't work if it's set in California, but also conversely, I'm not from New York, and I don't
I
really
don't
know
think
any New York
I don't think
culture.
that's true.
Well,
I
that's
think you
the
could
thing,
take
New
the
York.
premise of Unsleeping City and put that in San Francisco pretty easily.
I don't know. I've been to San Francisco a number of times, and I don't think it gives off the same vibe as New York, which I've been to once.
No. Once again, the vibes would be super different because those are very different cities. But the basic premise of the idea
instead
of
of
like
SF, you
a
probably go to
massive
LA.
group of people creating a bubble that dips into the world of dreams, and then that allows for like a magical other world. You would just change the culture to be like LA or something.
Yeah, LA is better.
I mean?
SF is maybe a little small. LA is better.
I mean, SF is also enormous as like a city. Definitely LA makes more sense though. Like once again, it's like I can understand that you might not necessarily have as many vibes as Unsleeping City, but hey, we got to talk about Chapter 2 at some point, and I'll be right there with you with Unsleeping City Chapter 2. Tiny Heights.
I do think
Adrian,
just to one last thing, I do think that the Unsleeping City one was better than Unsleeping City 2, but that is for unfair reasons.
I mean, once again, that's why it's going to be going into COVID era. So,
Tiny Heist.
Adrian, did you watch Tiny Heist?
I watched the first few episodes and I lost my interest.
So I have the power here. I watched the whole thing.
I thought it was fine from what I saw.
The basic over under for Saba was that it's literally Tiny Heist. The idea is that everybody is like bugs and like mice and stuff.
Some of them are toys.
And some of them are toys. That is true. One of them is literally a Lego man, which is actually quite fun.
It had them a bam.
It's an aesthetic that I have a lot of affection for, obviously. And as such, I liked the initial premise, but the people that they invited onto Tiny Heist, I think, were the people for the Adventure Zone.
Correct.
I think that's correct, right?
Yeah.
Very much did not like most of them. I found most of them I found most of them to be very stilted and kind of like over aggressive, not only with the other players but with each other. And I don't know, the guy who, once again, you'll forgive me for not remembering any names, but the guy who played the Lego man, he was great. I fucking loved him. He was awesome.
So C?
I personally would put Tiny Heist in like C.
I was gonna say B or C for me.
I think it's very skippable. All right.
Okay.
We come to a heavy hitter, Crown of Candy.
It's got to be at least A.
It's minimum A. I want to say S, but the only thing that might keep it out of S for me is that I very much disliked I understand that because it's essentially Game of Thrones but with candy instead, that death, like, it was supposed to be a very dangerous campaign where characters could die pretty easily, But I don't think that as like a campaign design, I do not think that they did a very good job of transitioning between characters, because there were several characters that died. Spoilers for Saba, I guess, but
I
there
remember
were
you talked
several
about
characters
one who
that
died.
died. But when the players got their new characters, the new characters kind of just showed up and like didn't really like those characters essentially stopped majorly contributing to the narrative. They contribute a lot to combat, but not to the narrative. Like, I don't know. I guess like the narrative of Crown of Candy would have been a lot more satisfying if that transition was done better. So if this once again is an A, I would definitely put this above Sleeping City.
I think that my guess as to why it was like that, I agree with you on that, first of all. But my guess to why it was like that is because my guess is that they made the backup characters like around when they made their first characters rather than like to suit, oh, how specifically did I go out and when did I go out?
Exactly. Like I was thinking,
okay.
like I was thinking that, and I know that they did technically do a second season, i.e., the Ravening War, which is later. But because I know that you have to have the minis already good to go, right? Like, and that's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they can't make them like in media res. But it's just like the correct thing that should have happened, like in any scenario, is that the player dies, or the player character dies, they're gone for an episode, and then in lieu of that episode, they're like fucking quickly producing, like 3D printing a mini. But at that same time, like if they were using the gosh, what's that 3D program that
Hero
they use?
Forge.
Yeah, if they used Hero Forge, that would have been done lickety split. But there is something about like the physical minis that like add a charm to it. So definitely the highest of A, but it's just that it was just the character transition didn't really work for any of the deaths. You know what I mean? At least in my opinion. Like the character that left was better and more satisfying than the character that came in, which is sad.
Yeah, I think one of them was a little more impactful and relevant than the other one, or the others, but yeah.
In terms of like when they came in, yeah, I mean, for a lot of reasons, that character, if they're the one that I'm thinking that you're talking about, yeah, they kicked ass like immediately, which is pretty fucking cool. But then narratively, that character was like, okay.
I mean, I do think that narratively one of them did better than the other. I think.
Well, yes. Essentially, my thing is that clearly that character was supposed to be Daenerys. I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones at all, but like they're clearly supposed to be Daenerys with, Daenerys' whole thing. But the problem is that Daenerys in Game of Thrones shows up literally chapter 1, book 1. Whereas that character showed up essentially chapter 6, book 3. You know what I mean? So it's like that, like it was still better than the other character, but it just had that delay that was like
it wasn't perfect, it wasn't the best it could be. So I agree with you broadly, but
so now for these next 4, these are all COVID era. These were all of the COVID era ones.
Correct.
The thing I wanted to say that's kind of weird is that despite done I don't understand how, because when I looked it up officially online, this is how these things were specifically illustrated in terms of release order, but this doesn't make any sense to me, because wasn't the whole idea that the finale of Fantasy High sophomore year, wasn't the whole idea that COVID ruined the finale? I say ruined, quote unquote, but you get what I mean. Right?
I
shouldn't it be like this?
I feel like that has to be the case, right? Like the only plausible explanation I could possibly think of was that for Pirates Leviathan, the guest just couldn't make it to the studio in time. That's the only reason I could see they went with that.
So for the purposes, because once again, on the official list that I saw, Pirates of the Leviathan was first. It does not make any sense to me. As such, I'm going to be switching these.
Yeah.
To the point where I actually want to say that sophomore year should not count as a COVID era.
I agree,
because it's literally just the finale.
I agree.
So here's where we come in, where you've already established that you like sophomore year more than freshman year. Yeah. Saba, do you like sophomore year more than freshman year?
I think a little bit. There's some really iconic characters. Yeah, that I already told you. I think my biggest gripe with, I don't know. See, that's the thing. My memory sometimes gets a little wacky, as you well aware. When I was talking with you about this, I don't think I had as many complaints about sophomore year as I think I probably did about freshman year, because I only remember one complaint about sophomore year. But there was like some great moments.
I mean, you're probably referring to like the stuff that happened at the very end, because I remember you brought that up like a bunch, which is fair.
Yeah.
But
I like the Galir stuff. I like the I don't remember the guy's
there's
name.
A lot of good stuff.
Fabian's
There's
grandfather was amazing. That part was like my favorite. It was
So it hurts a little bit for me to say this. I would give it a B, because it's like I enjoyed a lot of the stuff, but didn't have minis, and I did not like the live format as much as I liked the edited format.
I really like the live format.
Well, and that's the thing. So, like, clearly this is just a difference in preference. So, I would like to propose a compromise we can discuss, but my proposed compromise would be this.
I guess. I mean,
I don't think it's as good as Crown of Candy.
But my thing is that sophomore year has so much replay value for me, because I get to see how everyone reacts to everything, as opposed to just the camera cutting to one person.
I mean, I guess that's true, but the idea is that, like, when it's cutting to one, like, because it's literally a live stream, obviously, and that's what you're into. Because, and I think this is, I think a big part of this is that you're a person who actually played a shit ton of TTRPGs where you get to see everybody's reactions. So you're like a lot more like prone to like wanting that sort of thing. Like, oh, how is Siobhan reacting to this as opposed to Emily? You know what I mean? You get to see both of them at the same time. Whereas for me, when they edit something, it's because they're showing you what like hypothetically matters in most cases, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
I mean, the thing is,
I don't know.
The thing is, you could see that anyway because they're showing all of them at the same time, and also, I will say, it's not always perfect. Sometimes,
I guess
here's the thing, right? Sometimes it'll be like, oh, this character, like Brendan will be talking for a while, and mention something about Siobhan's character, but it won't cut to Siobhan because Brendan has. It'd be really jarring just cut for Siobhan for like a half second, and then like, but like I don't know. I wish there was like. I almost wish there were like less edited versions, or like versions we could see all 3 feeds at the same time, because I would watch those honestly.
I wish that you know how they have like an audio only format?
Yeah.
I straight up wish that they had one that was literally just all 3 feeds, because I like the audio format is obviously super easy. You just take out the video, right? But then just like imagine a version where it's literally just exactly that. It's just all 3 feeds that are always on at the same time.
Well, if they had that, I would, for all of them, I would honestly rank sophomore year a smidge lower, because then it would be unique.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing I was going to say, which is like, based on the fact that this is literally the only one that they ever did live, I'm going to say that I think that the community overall kind of agrees with me, or at least production agrees with me in terms of like, yeah.
I don't think you can bring production into this ranking, though. Live.
Sorry?
You don't think you can add production into this ranking with just the 3 of us?
Well, no, I'm not adding production. What I mean to say is that like the evidence is very clearly in favor of not going with a live streamed format.
Okay, you're just talking about the outcome of what the stream taught.
I'm talking about like the evidence is here saying that like it just didn't, like for whatever reason it didn't work as well. And once again, I'm like a huge fan of the miniatures and the sets. I feel like that's like the main thing that I
do like the miniatures.
Because if not, there's like I don't like, obviously Brennan and Murph and like all like and Lou and like all of them are super good at what they do. Like they're just great. But the thing that really sets Dimension 20 apart and puts it like up there with Critical Role is the production. And sophomore year just didn't have the production because it was a live stream instead. You know?
So based off of everyone's comment, should we do high A or low S?
I would definitely, once again, I want to put it here as a compromise, because me personally, I would put it in B. It's definitely better than Tiny Heist, but like this, in my mind, this is the compromise.
I can accept mid A as a compromise.
Yeah.
Okay. Second, in my mind, this is second highest A. I can't imagine anything being higher than this.
I can accept that, yeah.
All right. These next 3 are COVID era. The problem with these is that, Adrian, did you watch
I know nothing else, so.
I tried to get into it, but it was distracting the COVID era.
I straight up I watched part of the first episode and could not.
Nothing else
get
for me to
through
say
it.
for these.
So I almost want
I
to
may be
put this
distracted
in
now because there's
haven't
nothing for me
seen.
to talk about.
I
for these.
mean, I'm pretty sure I finished the first
So-
episode and then I gave up some way into the second. So yeah, I did like what I saw. It's just that it was, you know.
Do you want to put it in haven't seen, or do you want to put it in COVID era? I guess is what it comes down to.
I would say COVID era because if it wasn't, I definitely would watch it.
Okay, that's interesting because obviously that's part of the same
my-
universe that
okay.
you love and whatnot.
The characters were good too. It's just, you know.
Yeah, I want to say pretty succinctly, I want to put Unsleeping City above it, especially since I finished that bitch. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
definitely COVID era as hell though. Like people talking over each other constantly, people like Brennan doing that thing, and I love him for trying, where he would try to do his usual like gesticulation to try to get a reaction from people, and people just didn't really respond to it because it's a webcam. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to respond the same way you would in physicality. So obviously they were still figuring stuff out at the time, but I don't know. Season 2 had its problems, but season 2 also had a lot of great stuff in there. Like all this stuff with fucking what's his face? What was Zach's character? Do you remember?
Firefighter?
Yeah, the firefighter where he loses the
Ricky
questing
Madsen.
blade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was tons of stuff in season 2 that was excellent. I just felt like season 2 suffered purely because of COVID.
I didn't finish it, but I got most of the way through season 2, and I thought it was pretty good. I would agree with this.
Okay. Finally, because I know that you probably won't agree with me on this, I want to put Mice and Murder highest of COVID era, because clearly they were still. You didn't watch it?
No.
Oh come on, man! I recommended it to you like 3 times. It's really good.
I don't know.
It is a quality murder mystery. If you're not into that, that's totally fine. I guess
I'm not into murder mysteries. The setting did not capture me.
The setting very much enraptured me almost immediately, and it's a genuinely well written murder mystery that fucking Allie completely torpedoed by getting an extremely lucky nat 20, and so Brendan had to like change like a large portion of the mystery, which was very funny. As the person who finished it and loved it, I think it's the best of the COVID era. Plus, it also had production value because they thought that they were going to be able to be back in the dome for filming, and then obviously COVID didn't end when people was hoping that it would end. So they ended up just like taking like the glamour shots of the set anyway, and then just the players were on webcam, which worked enough. Also, this is the only one that has fucking Sam in it. It's also the only one that has Grant in it, and Grant plays a great fake Sherlock Holmes. He straight up figured out like several of the twists in the murder mystery just completely on his own without having to do like any rolls or get clues from Brennan. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. All right, next up, Misfits and Magic. This is the fake Harry Potter one. Did you watch this?
I did watch it, and I liked it. I didn't like it like it wasn't like top of the entire season's list, but it was good. I thought it was solid.
I want to put it in B. How does this feel to you? Does this feel insulting?
That feels perfectly fine to me. I really liked it because
it was also very short, right? It's like 5
episodes.
4 episodes
plus a holiday special.
That's true. They had a holiday special. I forgot about that.
But yeah, I mean, I can recognize it has a handful of problems. So yeah, I think B is perfectly fine.
I think this is perfectly fine. I think we can kind of move on. Like really, the main thing that came out of this was fucking Evan Kelp, the Brennan character. But that's not fair because that's Brennan. You know what I mean? Anywho, the 7.
I love the 7.
I fucking love the 7. Literally, the only problem I have with the 7 is that one player. The like even Erica was. You know what? I'm stupid. Literally earlier I said, Escape from the Bloodkeep was my favorite Erica moment. I'm stupid as hell. It's obviously the 7.
I was gonna say, yeah,
they played an absolutely perfect character in the 7, and that was totally fine. It was was that their name?
I believe
I don't remember their name. It was the one who was bitchy.
that's the thing, right? Is that like I was stressed out about the first few episodes, and then after that, it totally evened out for me, and I was fine. But
I don't
it was
know.
intentional too.
It was
Thing,
exactly
right?
it was exactly the personality type where it's like this is a little too consistent. Where it's like I just don't like this person. I think, you know. And obviously there was a lot of stuff in there that was about like dragging people and fucking, like being sassy and stuff. And that's fine on premise. It was just I just really disliked the way that player was playing the character in the sense of like the character just to me had no redeeming qualities, but that's literally the only flaw. I want to put the 7 in S.
I would agree. The only
S
real
for 7.
the specific qualifier for me is that I think it was better than sophomore year.
Okay. So yeah, how do you so this? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I'm totally happy with that.
All right. Shriek Week. Did you watch Shriek Week?
I did not.
I feel very bad because I also did not watch Shriek Week.
I had no interest in it.
I have no. So I'm gonna skip the next one real quick. Did you watch Coffin Run?
I tried to watch it, and it couldn't capture me.
I'm gonna put that in did not watch.
I like that Adrian talks in a way
episodes, I think.
as if he's like.
I feel bad because both of these, like, I like it when they bring in the guest.
You know what I like?
Guest,
you know what I like? Adrian talking in a way as if he's a Pokemon being captured by like these all of these campaigns. That's what I like.
You know what? I gave it 2 out of 3 wobbles. I wasn't super into it. I got out of there.
Yeah. They didn't have false swipe pact, and they didn't even try to status me,
Exactly. They didn't even put me to sleep, dude. Well, no, it did put me to sleep. That was the problem. All right. Starstruck.
I genuinely believe Starstruck is the best season to date.
I 100% agree, to the point where I am baffled that they haven't done a season 2 yet. Like Starstruck might be flawless. I literally can't think, because like narratively nothing really grinded my gears. All of the characters were excellent.
Fantastic.
Like all of the encounters were really good, because that was something that happened a few times in Fantasy High, was that Brennan had, like, you can almost feel it, and to be fair, this is like not Brennan's fault, it's just like a thing that happens sometimes, but like there was definitely times where like Brennan's style is to make an encounter way over difficult, but then because it's a production, like they're actually making episodes of essentially TV, you can tell when he starts fudging rolls, because suddenly they go from getting their ass kicked to like, oh, you did it, or oh, they missed, oh, they missed, oh, they missed. You know what I mean? And like that happened a couple times in Fantasy High, or like encounters were just like, man, this is like really awkward. Starstruck Odyssey, fucking flawless the entire time.
I also think that part of the reason Brennan overtunes his encounters so much is because he almost always includes a win gimmick. Which,
that you can shoot for instead. That is true. Well, because I'm thinking about the like the one that sticks out of my mind for fantasy freshman year was the encounter in the arcade. Because I remember the encounter in the arcade just felt like clearly they were supposed to lose because what's his face needed to get all of the palimpsests or whatever, but it genuinely did not feel that they had a chance at all. Like what was it? It was like they had to go through like four video game encounters before they could even get to the palimpsests, and they only made it through 2, and someone had to teleport to the palimpsests to even attempt, and then they failed immediately. You know what I mean? It was just like that encounter was a non-issue because you never had a chance, at least as far as I could tell. But then again, there were other great encounters, you know what I mean? Like there was the one in the nightclub and stuff like that. Anywho, that's not the point. My point being that Starstruck was flawless, like the best. The only thing, like even like, because what was it? Like I didn't really like the Hero Forge stuff as much as like the physical minis or whatever. However, I totally understand not wanting to make 30 minis for like fighters when you're doing ship-to-ship combat.
Yeah.
You know? So in that case, it totally works. Like, and also it's like sci-fi, so the idea of everything being like 3D models also worked, like logically for
me. I think genuinely the worst part I can think of about Starstruck is that I think Riva's arc was like a little bit neglected, but it's honestly that's like that complaint is nothing compared to some of the
Apologies, at
complaints after
least
their
on
seasons.
my
I'm about to
chat,
say,
Sam, that I'm
like,
not really talking about much. I'd
but
rather
then
have
it's
you guys
fun because
listen
it's like,
to
okay,
their
now that means that
commentary
Riva
if
gets
you
to
care
shine
about it.
later,
Yeah.
right? Like that's pretty
So that's
cool.
why I'm keeping
Um,
quiet. There's
and I don't know, because I'm
besides
just
any
thinking
like
about it. It's like
people
every encounter, every
lurking because
story
you guys
beat,
are just
everybody
there.
had
But like, if there was
something that
someone
they
to chat with,
contributed a
I wouldn't
lot
mind
to. But you're
chatting with
definitely
someone.
right.
But
Everybody
because
else
we
had like
probably
their
don't have
catharsis.
anyone right
Because
now,
like, what was Riva's like
I'm gonna let
problem? Riva's
y'all
problem
just
was just that she was
listen to
on a
them talk,
gallivant,
and I'll just be
right?
here
And that was
unless
it.
someone
She
needs
was
something from
extremely
me.
naive and
You know?
gullible too.
And she becomes less gullible over time, but that's more of just
Sorry,
like
not the
Siobhan
best
being more
content, but this is
reasonable.
still my time
Like
to hang out with these guys. So
her
just listen to
acting
them
of the
talk.
character just being more reasonable. So yeah, there wasn't really much there. But anywho, we only have 10 minutes left and we got all these seasons left, so let's keep going.
Faye and Flowers, I would say it's low S somewhere. I really liked it.
I loved Court of Fae and Flowers. I think it is by far Abria's best strength. I think Abria really shines when it comes to like character interactions and like character portrayals. I do not think that she does a great job when it comes to like overarching machinations and like combat, like moment to moment stuff. I don't like as much. Obviously, we'll be talking about Burrow's End later, but I think A Court of Fae and Flowers is one of my favorites. And if you're saying low S, I am super happy with that because I was thinking about putting it here, but I didn't know how you felt.
I love 4 or 5 hours. I think the Green Hunter thing is one of my favorite running bits they've ever done.
It's so fucking funny.
All right, the one that I've complained to you about specifically.
Never After is so like Never After sucks because it's a letdown. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the core premise of like fairy tales, but they're scary and like the world's all fucked up is like, ooh, that's so juicy to me. Like you could take common things that everybody's familiar with and warp them. But then you start getting into like the multiverse stuff, and then it's like, okay, well now like due to the scale of how these seasons work, like you don't really get to experience any of the like negative outcomes of anything. And then also like, yeah, it might be a multiversal story, but you have to make sets and you can't make them the day of. So it's like there were too many moments that like had to occur no matter what. Like there was literally never going to be an occasion where they convinced the princesses to not try to do the stuff that they did. You know what I mean? Because that was always going to be the encounter. Well, that's not true. I guess it could have also been against the fairies, but you know what I mean.
I mean,
My point being that it's like I almost want to put Never After there.
one of my other things that I haven't mentioned, but like one of the things for me is that obviously I didn't enjoy the season, but also it was so long and took so much time away from them showing anything else besides Never After is one of my other complaints about it.
That is also very true. And then also due to like production got delayed because they kept doing that like screen glitchy thing, right? Or like that was one of the reasons that like they cited as like, yeah, this took longer than we expected because they wanted to do this thing where there was like constantly cutting like all of these like video feeds together and stuff. And it's like because of the multiple production woes, it didn't come out for fucking Halloween. You know? Like, and that's like clearly when they were trying, because it came out in like what, November, right? It was like the month after, and it's like, okay, well now this is like Christmas, and it doesn't make as much like this definitely was supposed to come out like 4 months ago, and then the finale was supposed to be on Halloween. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that being said, Never After, the reason why like I wish I could put it higher is that it had some of the best sets or some of the best minis, I guess, if you wanted to say that. Because this is the one that had the dogfish. The great and terrible dogfish. Like that's incredible.
I mean, I'll be honest here. I think that they're cool, but I don't really watch show for the minis, despite them trying to be their selling point. If I had my way, this would be in D tier. But
if you had your way, so because the way I was thinking was that C means passable, D and F would mean actively bad. I do not think that the show is actively a waste of your time. I think that the show has cool like stuff in it, especially early on, and then like towards the end, things stop mattering as much. But at the same time, I do not think it's a waste of your time.
I mean, I feel how I feel, you know.
I mean, there's a season coming up second to last that I do think was a waste of my time, but we'll get there and we can discuss, I guess.
I mean, which was a longer lasting waste of time, though.
Once again, I don't think Never After was a waste of time. I felt like there were low moments. I feel like there was a lot of low moments compared to other seasons, but at the same time, I do not feel like it was a waste of time overall.
I think that from what I saw, Never After at its best to me was a C tier. So,
and
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, would you put it below Misfits?
I put it above
Clearly.
Misfits.
You would, so you would put it above Misfits.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? So are you okay with us just leaving it here?
Yeah, I mean, we have to compromise somewhere, you know.
Yeah, well, because the thing is that, like, I feel like I didn't make a compromise here, because this is where I would have put it, but you clearly don't like it. So if you want to put it below Misfits, we can.
I would put it at C tier to compromise somewhere, either above or below Misfits.
So you're saying that one of their major seasons, like one of their big long seasons, is skippable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I if I had known what
it would have ended up being, you would have passed.
I probably would have skipped it rather than trying to get into it.
Genuinely, that's kind of how I feel about Tiny Heist. But then again, Tiny Heist was a half season, so you know.
Okay.
So I'll put it there. Ravening War. I thought Ravening War was super cool. I love the return to the Crown of Candy universe. My only issue, and I've said this before, is that I do not find Matt Mercer's. Well, I don't find Matt Mercer's like DM style to be dynamic enough for me. I find that under most circumstances he's very straightforward, which I think works very well for like the Critical Role crowd, where it's much more like hardcore D&D. Whereas for Brennan and conversely also Brian Murphy on the NADPOD podcast, I like it when things are more dynamic and like big events occur that like really shake up the world and stuff like that, or really shake up an event. And I feel like Brennan and Brian Murphy are better at that, in my opinion. But that being said, that's pretty much my only complaint, was just that I thought that the DM could be a little bit more fun. But at the same time, like all the stuff that happens in Ravening War was fucking sick.
I watched most of it, I think, and then I kind of fell off. So, but I mean, I liked it. I didn't think it was bad.
How do you feel about Below Bloodkeep?
That's fine. I think my thing was that it was really, really dense.
Very dense, because it was a short season.
And that made it tiring for me to watch, so I got tired of it.
I mean, that's fair enough. All right, Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Did not watch it.
I will let you know. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was lovely. I thought it was very good. I would put it above Misfits. I genuinely recommend it if you can stomach a little bit of like the diva personality type, which I know is like not a thing that like everybody can do. If you can get past that, this is for people who are having their very first DMing experience with a masterclass DM and having a whale of a time doing it. And genuinely, I found that to be like I found it very good. I liked it a lot.
Sure.
Mentopolis was fucking sick.
It might be their second best season.
But my problem is that I do not think it should have ended with combat. I do not think that the final encounter should have been combat. Because I think that you get what I mean?
Here's the thing. I can see where you're coming from, but if it wasn't combat, we wouldn't have gotten some of the best moments in the season.
What do you mean?
If it wasn't combat, we would have gotten dick flecting. Or sorry, balls deflecting, I think it was.
No. But I mean, but that wasn't like, okay, I get what you mean there. Like those were aggressive encounters, sure. I mean literally the combat, like the straight up combat that they had with self-loathing at the very end.
Sure, yeah, I get that.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like it should have been just a conversation that had like a bunch of really difficult and awkward checks. Because that's what all of those players absolutely excelled at, the conversing. And then once it came down to like, oh, I shoot her, I punch her, it's like, okay, I didn't like that as much. Because it's like, you say second best, I still think Fantasy High is their second best. Because Fantasy High, I think, is consistent throughout.
I mean, I really like.
And I also like the system. I like the system better than the Knights on Bikes system.
I mean, I'll accept it, but if it was my list, you know where it'd be.
Yeah, it would be one higher. But I feel like this is a
It's close enough. It's really good.
Burrow's End. I want to ask you, did you watch this?
Here's the thing. I got, I think, 3/4 to episode 1, and I was like, I don't care. And then I stopped watching it.
I genuinely want to say that I think that this is the only thing that I would classify as a genuine waste of my time. And I feel like that's really insulting to phrase in that way. I don't think that anybody did a poor job. And they had a lot of really cool sets, like the rotting bear and like all in like this, that, and the other thing. But it's just like, I feel like the core premise of like, hey, we want to recreate Redwall, it was interesting, but I feel like it led to a lot of awkwardness where, like, I don't know if you recall from the early episodes, but everybody was kind of like tripping over themselves to make sure that they were using the proper language during it. Because it's like, oh, your character doesn't actually know what a hat is. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I guess that's true. Because, like, why would Stoats know that? But at the same time, it just led to like a lot of really awkward stuff where it's like, okay, so all of these characters are perfectly straightforward. They are just Stoats. I'm an enormous fan of I just finished a game called Small Saga, where it was the same thing. It was like mice and rats and Stoats and stuff, like all like working together and whatnot. But the difference was in that world, you had cities, you had tools, you had weapons, and I find that to be really engaging in the similar way that I found of Mice and Murder to be interesting. And I don't know, just ultimately, I did not like Burrow's End. Like, not only is it skippable, I think it's actively like a waste of my time.
From what I did see, I definitely agree with you on like the kind of like the fact that they have to be Stoats being so enforced getting in the way. I saw that from just the first, from what little I watched. So yeah, I agree.
So I will let you know, and then we're gonna wrap this up, obviously, because we have the one season left. But the way that I would like, because you didn't finish it, right? They eventually go to the thing at the center of the wood that's causing the blue or whatever,
Basically
and genuinely, I'm like, that's where you should have started.
I could leave them.
And I know that there are reasons that you didn't, because you wanted this reveal. Like the fucking intro changes over time. The more of like the in-universe world got revealed, which is like cool. Like that's neat. But like the stuff in the location where the blue is coming from, I found way more interesting than almost all of the stuff that happened earlier. And so it's like, I feel like they tried to strike a balance between these two different like aspects of like, Redwall and then other media. And it's like, I don't think
the idea of a magical school,
you know what I mean?
is still really great.
But anywho,
regardless of
junior year,
it's got to be an S tier somewhere, I think.
Yeah,
it's obviously currently airing.
For story, it's just Harry
and so it's
Potter,
like, I don't know, who knows? Maybe they tripped right at the end, but at the same time, there
like
literally has, well, that's not true. At the very beginning, I was very frustrated with a lot of the Cassandra stuff, because I feel like it was very
we do more magical schools, so I'm happy
like I didn't feel like Allie was necessarily doing a bad job. I feel like it was more along the lines of like, well, something has to happen to Cassandra, but at the same time, it's like,
I mean, that's the thing, right? I feel like Allie intentionally played into Kristen doing a bad job.
Exactly. Whereas like, I think before, because genuinely it was like an episode skip, or not an episode skip, but like between episodes, it feels like Brennan and Allie had a conversation where he explained like what his intention was, and Allie goes, "Oh, gotcha." Because literally after that like whole whatever with Cassandra happens, everything has been flawless since. Especially with the most recent episode with the fucking Last Stand. Like, that was incredible. Like, this definitely has to be in S. But the only thing is that it's not finished, so I don't think I can reasonably put it any higher than this.
That's the thing, right? Is that like, I have a lot of complaints about Allie. Even despite that, Allie takes like near center stage in this, and I still think it's an S. That's how good it is.
All right. So in that case, that is the conclusion of our thing. Thank you very much, Saba, for like remaining conscious during this conversation. I appreciate it a lot. I'm just gonna upload this real quick, just so that way we can have it for posterity. Congratulations!
Grant has actually all the opposite opinions of this, by the way.
Correct. Saba hated literally everything.
That's Grant is what I'm saying. He's not
Oh,
fancy.
Grant. That's right. Grant's like fantasy high F.
Yeah.
Complete waste of my time. It's insulting that they made
Yikes.
it to begin with. All right. So wrapping this up. So that was obviously Vibe Stream. We have another one next week because Grant's still not going to be here next weekend. I have stuff planned for next weekend. I will ask you guys on the day of whether or not you want to do more tier lists, which we don't have to, or alternatively, I think we're probably going to return to a game that we haven't played in a long while. That I think would be very fun for the three of us.
I
to
want
do
more putting each of us into different universes. I want to do more of that.
That Saba, that's just like a banter topic. We're gonna need like I will let you know if you guys want to do banter topics. I literally installed Peggle. So we can, I can just have Peggle playing while we talk about whatever.
Us talking about what we'd be in universes is the equivalent. It needs the equivalent of like the Subway surfers on the bottom.
Pretty much.
I want
like, you know,
hardcore.
like we are still streaming. we can't, because we obviously can't do that while doing Tier Maker. You know what? I was gonna make it a surprise. I'm just gonna say it. I was thinking that next weekend we would play Monster Prom or Monster Road Trip.
Oh, okay.
That'd be fun. We could find to go back to. Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm bringing this up, because if Saba wants to do a discussion thing, we can't really do that during Monster Prom 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, good tier list,
right.
everyone.
All right.
Good tier list, everybody. I'm really glad we finally got around to doing this because I've been wanting to do this for a while. Saba, are we early or late tomorrow? I think
we
we're
have
early,
to be
right?
early. Yeah, I have to do something after.
Yeah.
So.
All right, cool. Well, I'll see you early tomorrow for the conclusion of Mind Hack.
Mind Hack. Yep.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, bye.
Adios.
Bye, guys. Okay, bring the music up. The same music we've been listening to the whole time, and say goodbye. Later. Bye.